It's time for the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show with Free Beer.
They were showing helicopter footage over his house, like traffic chopper footage. What? There's one for you. Traffic chopper footage. I'm convinced that at some point we're going to read headlines about him and go, well, I didn't know he was into that, but I guess I'm not surprised. Mm-hmm. Could be anything. He might be a putt smeddler, or a smut peddler, or a putt smeddler.
A putt smeddler.
That's not as bad as getting drunk and then climbing behind the car. I can't believe how many emails we're getting from women who regularly have sex with work, with delivery drivers,
come on,
UPS people. Why don't you just let the tires out of the vehicle? And everybody's scratching their head and going, huh.
Or let the air out of the tires.
I have a great interest in Munster. Memory serves correct. It was a poisonous snake. I'm going to use the word pass. P starts with pass. It'd be like trying to type on a keyboard while riding in the pickup of a cab going down a bumpy road.
Hot Wings. Eric Zane, Producer Joe, and Steve. The Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Good morning. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. FreeBeerandHotWings.com is the website. Best of while the guys are off. Coming up later on this hour, a trip to Upper Decker Court. Also, Producer Joe's mom sent in I'm not sure if it was a letter or an email. She was not happy with the way that Joe was being treated. But right now, to start off the hour, I love whenever we come across these. And thanks to the internet, it happens very often. These, like the old-timey commercials that, in hindsight, very sexist.
A listener sent this in. It's a clip of an old Goodyear commercial.
Goodyear tires, yep. Okay. It looks like it was lifted at about the time that a New York Jets-Cleveland Browns football game was going on. And the Browns were leading the Jets 14-0 on Monday Night Football.
1970.
Wow.
So this is old school. And apparently...
And they went to commercial.
It's a bit misogynistic, so...
Awesome.
Here it comes.
Depending on how you drive and your car's condition, you can get incredible mileage from the Goodyear Custom Wide Tread Polyglass tire.
I've got 32,000 miles on my tires.
I've got 41,000 miles on my Polyglass.
But Polyglass means more than mileage when your wife has to drive alone.
This crazy
it's all
music.
About danger when the little lady has to borrow the car. There's a lot of danger and hazards, and you don't want her to have a subpar tire, do you?
This crazy music sequence starts as soon as the bird gets behind the wheel.
Yeah.
And you see flashing yellow and detour signs and dark roads and erratic lane changing by the bird behind the wheel.
It suddenly turns into an Alfred Hitchcock movie for your car. She's going the wrong way down the interstate. They show her doing the wrong thing. There's a lot of night hazards, and the fall guy can't always be there to protect her.
She's all clammy. She's wiping her brow because she's clearly affected because she's too, as they depict it, too inept to drive a motor vehicle, apparently.
She's too female, is basically what it is.
She's not usually out past dark.
Protect her from pedestrians.
Goodyear Polyglass.
When a woman's at the wheel, Polyglass means more than mileage.
What? Are you kidding me?
If it doesn't say Goodyear,
that's awesome.
When a woman's at the wheel, Polyglass means more than mileage.
Yeah, this is at the end. She's now at the airport picking up her hard-working man from a long business trip after that harried trip.
Mm-hmm. And as soon as he was
in
walking
the car
out of the airport, she moved over to the place where women go, the passenger seat.
That's right. Oh, my gosh.
I guess their heart was in the right place, saying, don't you want your wife to be safe? But
This one's, this one is unscreened, but it's titled, When there's no man around. It's a Goodyear commercial.
All right. Well, the Polyglass, they will not pop, apparently.
In theory, this could end up being the same one. We don't know.
Gosh, there's all sorts of great videos. You know how, like, when you click on YouTube and then more related videos show up, they kind of further the thought but kind of expand on it a little?
Yeah.
That's what seems to be happening here.
It's one of the best things. Oh, this is different.
It's scary.
This flat tire needs a man. But when there's no man around.
This poor lady now is walking away from the car. She's clearly stranded. There's no way she could handle the complex nature of a 1970s jack.
I can't try. I don't have thumbs. I'm a girl.
By the way, soundtrack provided by 1960s Japanese monster film.
No kidding. Is Godzilla going to melt it off?
It's Jaguar.
When there's no man around, Goodyear should be. Why? Watch this. New Goodyear Double Eagle carries its own spare inside. Lifeguard safety spare. A tire in a tire.
Nice warm voice. Such a warm voice.
Next time, give her a second chance.
And then they show her pleasantly driving away. I'm happy being stupid.
The commercial
Keep her on the road.
She's going to get raped calling on the phone booth there.
Oh, I know.
That could happen.
When there's no man around.
Unbelievable.
Changing tires is man's work.
I think the voiceover guy was stalking her.
No idea what this one is, but might not even be a tire that says how to explain safety rules to women workers in 1944.
Oh, well, hell.
Oh, this has to be good.
Again, this is like related videos, how it works on YouTube.
Joe will post some links to these on freebeerandhotwings.com, no doubt.
Remember, only ladies know one-syllable words. Supervising women workers.
Mary, you're supposed to wear a cap when working near a drill press.
Why pick on me? The other girls aren't wearing their caps.
Look, the rule book says wear a safety cap. So put your cap on.
Okay, so far, so good, I guess.
She's going to get her hair torn
off. If
off.
she had been a man, he wouldn't have laid down a safety rule so arbitrarily. You know, Joe, you have got to tell them the why of every rule, particularly women. I suppose you'd handle it in this way.
Mary, your hair was just about 2 inches away from the spill chuck. And that's why we asked you to wear a cap so that your hair don't get caught.
Oh, gee,
You see, rules are here to protect you and the other girls working around you.
but I'm stupid. The other girls, and they weren't wearing any caps.
Right, but they're not working with machines. They just sit at a bench and assemble things. Nothing dangerous.
Don't get smart.
According to the U.S. government, the proper way to talk to women is down.
You have to explain things to ladies because they can't figure it out.
You have your cap with you, haven't you?
You happy, stupid?
You have to put your cap on because sometimes you have a period.
And who knows where that could come out?
You think you're pretty sitting there bleeding all over the place? Now beat it.
The other dames are as stupid as you. That's why they don't put their caps on.
Just because you have a swell-looking pair of gams, Mary, doesn't mean that you can sit there and not be safe. Gotta protect your pretty little self.
What a crazy time.
It's not my fault you can't get a man and take care of a home. Now beat it, girlie.
Well done driving your husband overseas to fight for America while you stay home and stick your head in a drill press.
I've got news for you, Mary. The war is over. How come you're still working?
You're not
That's because you can't please a man.
You'll be no good to anybody if you're ugly and dead. Now get to work.
Looky here. We hired Rosie Riveter, but now we're left with Donna Divorcee.
You know, you're the only one in the whole plant.
Again, this is all funny because somebody is going to take great offense to that and think we actually mean it.
You guys are such misogynists.
Yeah.
You guys
like
don't
those
mean
commercials. We did like those commercials.
Gotta love the old-time sexist commercials. Coming up in the next segment here on the Best of the Free Beer and Hot Wings show, like I said, producer Joe's mom had sent a letter into the show complaining about the treatment that he gets. We'll
Now, back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings show.
It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings show. FreeBeerandHotWings.com is the website. Steve at freebeerandhotwings.com to send me an email directly. This segment right here on the Best Of Show. Producer Joe's mom not happy with the treatment he had been receiving. Decided to voice her distaste.
Producer Joe last week on his Wheel of What Can Joe Do? It stopped on Listener's Choice, and listeners overwhelmingly chose the Dick C Cup Challenge. Ain't that right, Producer Joe?
Yes.
And you did it. Did very well. The video camera screwed up, so we don't have a video for it, but we do have some photos on the website you can view in the great photos section.
They're hilarious.
Those are devastating enough by themselves.
They are devastating.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the bit because when I got to listen to a lot of my favorite radio show at home, the Free Beer and Hot Wings show, but I did not get to hear that bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go back and listen to the audio.
It was pretty fun. Yeah. Pretty fun. Joe, did your mom call you? What? Because I've got this email from. Did you know she was sending this?
I had no idea.
Really? So you don't have any idea what she copy you?
No.
So you have no idea what this says?
I have no idea. The only thing that she's ever said was after the pickle thing, she had seen it before Meemaw.
Your grandma, yeah.
And she said, I don't know what your Meemaw, or grandmother as we call her, is going to say about this.
Okay. Really?
That's the only thing she's ever really said about it.
Has she ever picked a fight for you at work before?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Are you ready to hear this?
No.
Are you very uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Are your ears hot?
A little bit.
By the way, you'll have to spin your wheel tomorrow. At about this time, you'll be spinning it. And then, Zane, you said you actually had a situation similar to this where your father came to work and got in a fist fight on your behalf, so you can share that in a second.
My dad really, he waved the Eric flag for a lot of years.
All right. Here's the letter that we got. It starts out in the angry way of, to whom it may concern.
No, this is bad.
It is my son, Joseph McFarland Gassman, who works for you.
McFarland.
Joe, your middle name's McFarland.
I kind of like it. I kind of like that name. I think it sounds all right.
Does your mom always refer to you by all three names?
No, it's been a long time since she has.
All right.
Is it only when she's doing something like this or she's upset at you? Joseph McFarland Gassman, get over here this minute.
Yeah, I guess. I haven't really ever thought about it, but it sounds weird.
All right. It is my son, Joseph McFarland Gassman, who works for you. I tell you this so that you will realize he has a family. One that loves him and is proud of him.
Oh, no.
Proud in spite of what you three bully him into doing.
Oh no. Oh, no. This is bad.
Yeah, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Joe's grandmother was very upset to see photos on your website of him drinking from a plastic penis. This is disgusting and dehumanizing.
Oh, wow.
Why don't you go back to your home on Four Island?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't do that.
Oh,
who did that?
Who pushed that button? You are a smelly pirate hooker.
Come on, make it stop. You guys knock it off in there.
It goes on. Again from Joe's mother. You three should be ashamed of yourselves. Drinking from a plastic penis, licking a hobo's hand, and eating dog food are not his job. My brother works in radio in Detroit, so don't tell me it is.
Get down on the floor, Chuck. Get some really good. Get down on the floor, Chuck. Get some really good.
That was Joe eating dog food. Yeah. And then it continues. Have some decency and treat your coworkers with some dignity. Joseph looks up to you and would never complain. Please don't take advantage of his love for you guys. Aww. Joe, you love us?
Yeah.
It says you love us.
Poor Joe.
Not like parents, though. Like boyfriends.
And then it says sincerely, and it has her name and her phone number, implying that I'm supposed to call her, or you guys are supposed to call her.
Oh, no.
But that is so not happening.
Pretend it didn't happen. Just crumple it up and pretend you never got it.
That's a deal.
Yeah.
Oh, Mom.
Your mother. Is Meemaw still listening online?
Yeah.
Well,
She's a big fan, huh?
She's listening right now, I'll bet. Well, what time is it in Chicago?
I don't know.
7:18.
Yeah.
Yeah, she rises at, like 4 o'clock, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, old people,
yeah.
You get over 80, you only need about 18 minutes of sleep a day. I don't know if you know that.
So, Joe, your mom fought a do you call her and complain?
No, she watches the video. She knows what I mean.
It's just
bums her out.
maternal instinct.
I think so, yeah.
It's bumming her out, is what it is.
She must have seen the pictures.
That's
And these sensitive captions.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's put it this way. I did not see the photographs until I came into work and sat down to do the radio show with you guys. And when I saw those damn pictures, I almost died. I cannot believe what you guys did to him.
You nearly exploded.
To me, the first two, the very first two,
they're devastating.
With a handful of I can't even read the captions. With a handful of wet naps, Joe is ready in case there's too much substance for him to handle as he's gulping down.
And it was it was like milk in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that milk or pina colada at the time?
That's the milk.
Okay. Because then he got, it's like a frozen Coke except pina colada flavored. Because it's, white.
It also, maybe it's my sister telling her, because my sister's a MySpace friend now, and that's my picture on MySpace.
So there might have been a whole family investigation going on.
It's possible.
Well, Joe, how many points do you have now?
God, I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
I thought you had...
you should write that down.
I think I've got 8. Well, I had 67.5, so now I have 87.5. I think that was a 20-pointer.
I thought it was. Yeah. I thought 87.5. That's $87.5 you wouldn't have if you didn't get intimate with a plastic drinking device that looked like a Schwanz.
Hey, you guys never hear me complaining.
I know it. That's what
so
I'm getting your back.
My God, those pictures.
You only complain directly after the wheel spins when you're angry.
Yeah.
On the one picture with Joe banging that monster thing against his face with his eyes closed, it says, the quote is, "This reminds me of my high school drama club." Jeez.
1-800-947-3979. Speaking of this wheel, we need to think of something to replace the...
Yeah, we're going to need to do that.
And it has to be a big one, because obviously this was a big one. It needs to be a big point venture. So we need something
for sure
for tomorrow when we spin that wheel at about this time.
You want me to tell you about when my dad fought my battle?
Yeah, did that happen?
I worked in this damn cabinet shop, and this guy Dana was a problem. And he was one of these guys, big redneck, and he beat my ass one time.
How old were you?
First time he beat my ass is probably about 15.
Okay. So you're young enough still that dad fighting your battle is kind of okay. You weren't like 23 or something.
Yeah, and he had a history of this. Every time I got pushed around at school, there'd be dad, you know.
Do you think he did it to stick up for you, or do you think part of it was a chance for him to fist fight? Because it seems like your dad kind of dug fist fighting.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think a little of column A, a little of column B.
Okay. Yeah.
And then anytime he had a chance to throw down, he did it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, this guy. He'd do it now. He's 75 years old. He'd fight anybody.
Really?
He's a lunatic.
Could we have him fight Joe and put it on the wheel?
Probably. He'd beat your ass,
big
man.
boxing gloves?
Oh, yeah.
Fight Zane's dad.
You mean your dad, the raging alcoholic?
What did I pay for that one?
Oh, yeah. He'd kick anybody's ass, man. And then... So I got into another fight with this. No, it was from that first fight. I actually got in a fight with Dana more than once. But the very first time, Dana got me good. And sure enough, it wasn't bad enough being beat up by a guy named Dana.
How old was he?
He was tough, though. He's probably about 35.
And he was beating up a 15-year-old?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he deserved it then.
Wow.
I'm glad your dad got in a fist fight with him.
Yeah, Dana was an a-hole. And my dad showed up to work, and he was ready, man. He had the old clothes on. He actually wore old clothes because he knew he was getting in a fight.
He put on his fighting vest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He did, man.
He's real tight so you can't grip it.
Yeah. He had, he probably wanted to look real tough, so he put some Armor All on the tires of the Caprice Classic. Cranked out some extra loud Bob Seger, Stranger in Town, put on his best wide lapel painting shirt. And then, had his old Adidas leather shoes on and came strutting into the cabinet shop to beat some ass. And lucky for Dana, he wasn't there. My dad would have killed him.
He was all set.
He would have killed him. Oh, this guy got in more fights.
Wasn't the cabinet place you worked, wasn't it owned by one of your brothers?
Yeah.
So the place is owned by your brother. You get beat up by a coworker who's not in the family, and it's not your brother who sticks up for you. It's your dad who comes down there to get in a fight.
Well, because you see, the brother who saw it, he witnessed it. So
did he think you deserved it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did.
That's what I figured.
Plus, Dana was probably a good worker, probably made an excellent cabinet.
He probably didn't spend all his time getting high inside the cabinet.
Well, I think the line that put him over the edge was, "Aha, you have to spend your paycheck on all your illegitimate kids." Aha. The exact line. And he had like 11. And so at the end of the month, he had like $14 to his name from paying off of all of his illegitimate children.
I'm sure it was a real sore point.
Oh, yeah. So he got me in a headlock, and he held a glue gun up to my face And he said, he was going to squirt me in the eye with glue. You believe that?
Only with you.
Yeah.
If Hot Wings was telling it, I wouldn't believe it for a second. But with you, I'm actually reasonably certain it took place.
Holding the glue gun. This is, powered by a compressor, so it's going to shoot out this Formica glue.
A huge blast.
Holding it right up to my eye. Right. He's going to shoot my eye out with air and glue. And I think he would have done it. But I ended up squirming away, and he ended up just like punching me in the face and knocking me down. And I sat there and wept.
Did you cry?
Wept. Oh, yeah, of course
Did you do it on the inside of a cabinet?
I sat there, all 5'1" of me, and cried.
You should have put a tie wrap on the handles of the place so you couldn't get out of your little cupboard.
That's part of the reason why I want to get in a fight now. But the thing is, I haven't been in a fight since then, probably. And so I can't fight, but I think I can. I think I can just rage my way through it and just throw my fists wildly.
Unfortunately, Zane was proven wrong once they did the 15-second fight with Producer Joe. Producer Joe's mom had written a letter because she was very disappointed about the way he was being treated, and it reminded Zane of the time that his father also fought a fight for him at work. Coming up in the next segment here on the Best Of Show, we take a trip to Upper Decker Court. A listener emailed in to say that they had done the deed and wanted to know if it was justified or not, so the guys chimed.
Check out the show on Facebook and Twitter. Do it at freebeerandhotwings.com.
It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings show. Best of show today while the guys are taking the day off. Listener had emailed in needing some advice or some input because he had just committed an upper decker. Wanted to know if it was justified or not.
He got an email, and I can't believe this happened. When I read you this, you're going to go, oh no, this is not thought out.
This is the one you talked about earlier.
Yeah, this is a anonymous person wrote this, and I'm saying that because I want it to be no chance on our end that he'll be given away. But this person knows I'm going to read this.
Okay.
And I would think that the context of this would be enough of a roll of the dice that right now this person who wrote it is just quaking.
Did they reveal this based on their belief in show code, do you think?
Perhaps. But I think that if the right people hear this, it could be devastating for this guy.
Okay.
At least for the employment of his lovely bride. Here's what the email reads.
All right.
The subject is Mr. 10 is my inspiration. Well, Eric, you've managed to get into my psyche and create a wonderful monster. Yesterday, my wife had an office party at her boss's house.
Uh-oh.
That right there is incriminating enough.
I already know what's happening.
Yeah, of course you do.
Oh, boy.
Needless to say, she doesn't like them too much. So I decide them to give them a little present.
Oh, no.
Mr. 10 style.
Oh, no.
You know what's coming, don't you, Joe?
Why? Yeah, you don't even need to read anymore.
Yeah.
The fact that they have a really nice house with a lot of nice things in a nice neighborhood only made it more special. And, as he writes it, insane. We were almost ready to leave. So I excused myself to go to the restroom. On my way over there, I remembered all the hard work my wife has put in at the place and really got nothing in return. And it started to bug me. I felt rage. This is about the time Mr. 10's voice was in my ear. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Oh, no.
He can only be talking about one thing. The upper decker. Propping myself up onto one of the very clean, very nice, very expensive, we never thought anyone would ever drop a deuce in our toilets.
Oh, no.
As I teetered on the brink of their toilet, ass over the top of the tank, and my insanity, I thought, you gotta stop doing that. Mm-hmm. I thought I would wonder if this is what Mr. 10 would do to people who look at him funny or don't laugh at his jokes that he repeats over and over again.
Did you hear me? I said Cletus.
Or people who just make him feel small. Anyhow, after I unleashed the bomb that I'd been saving up for seemed like an eternity, I finished the job, washed my hands, and walked out very Mr. 10 style. Smug look.
Reverse Running Man, no doubt.
And an air of pseudo-confidence.
It can't be Mr. 10 style. You didn't ram your hand in the toilet, and you did wash.
Mm-hmm. I grabbed my wife's arm, made her say her goodbyes, and bolted out the door as she wondered why I was laughing uncontrollably. I could barely get out the utterance, Mr. 10 made me do it. As she realized what I had done, she had a look of disgust and love on her face.
Really?
Mr. 10 on a scale of 1 to Mr. 10. Yours goes to 11. Thanks for everything. Your new disciple for eternity. Anonymous. And this is not good.
No, you're a bad decision maker.
This is not a good thing.
And if you saw the look of love in your wife's face, then you clearly were meant to be with one another.
Because as I'm hearing,
and maybe that explains why she's not moving up the corporate ladder faster.
This is not hard to track down, Anonymous. And plus the fact that you sent it gives us the right to read it. What if somebody who is privy to this story knows of this and hears this? Oh, no.
At some point, the boss is going to come to work and say to someone who probably doesn't hate the employer as much as your wife, can you believe what someone did in my toilet? And 99 people out of 100 are going to be horrified by that and say, what animal would do that? And then someone else who has an axe to grind is going to say, I know what animal did that.
Send us the email when she's unceremoniously fired. That's what I want to see. This is a bad choice.
How about that firing when it goes? Why were you let go? Bad performance? Nope.
This is way wrong.
My husband pooped in someone's upper part of their toilet.
At least I did it to an anonymous person. Again, undeserving, but a person I didn't know. And I was drunk as hell, and I was 19 at the time. Maybe younger. It was my freshman year, so I was 18. Went in the bathroom of a person I didn't know. Stole their Paul Sebastian cologne and gave an upper decker.
That is better. At least you didn't know them.
Stole their Milwaukee's best and left.
It's funny because you don't know them.
Yeah, no, there is no acceptable point that you should ever give someone an upper decker.
That's not true. What if you go to somebody who cheated on with your wife on you? That's
punch
acceptable.
him in the face.
That's at some point an upper decker is acceptable if somebody deserves it. None of those situations. But there are deserving people of the upper decker.
Well, I'm sure you can find times to justify, but you're right. Yeah. This is not one of them.
It would have been okay to give Hitler an upper decker.
I do not endorse this.
Yeah, that would have been fine. I mean, you could give him two, but
we do not endorse this upper decker in any way, shape, or form. This is an unwarranted upper decker.
Yeah, this was a non-sanctioned upper decker.
That is way out of bounds. If you're going to do the upper decker, first you have to be. You put your girlfriend, wife, whatever, in jeopardy. And yourself with this upper decker, and that is against upper decker code.
I can't believe that she's not furious with you. As much as my wife hasn't liked one job or another over the years, if I had done this and told it to her, I'm pretty sure she would have immediately seen the big picture and wanted to kill me. And possibly forced me to go back in and fish it out.
If you go to, let's say you get your car fixed at Frank's or Steve's Auto Barn, and he does a poor job and then has an attitude about it, can I use your restroom? Upper decker.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's the time. I think you need to be an adult.
I'm just saying that's a scenario where, let's say he screws up your car and then says, and you're going to live with it. That's an adequate path to upper deckerdom. This is not.
Would be smarter than this one.
Absolutely.
I want to say this out loud right now. If my wife is listening, Carrie, if you ever find out that I have done this to somebody, I want you to leave me. This is unacceptable for any adult male to do. To me, under any circumstance.
What are you talking about?
I mean, it's not even creative. If you're going to get back at somebody, at least be creative about it. Just squashing one off in their toilet is lame.
I'm with Hot Wings, and it's
disgusting.
I echo his sentiment to my wife, Amanda.
There's nobody alive who deserves an upper decker, you're saying?
I'm telling you, I would never do it.
There's got to be a better way to get your justice, is what I'm saying. It's just
Have you ever had to
denominator.
Have you ever had to deal with an upper decker Hot Wings? It would be a pain in the ass to have to fish that mess out.
Well, you wouldn't have to fish it out. Eventually, it's going to
still
dissipate.
There's a prop.
It's going to go through, and it's going to get launched into the bowl, which will then launch itself down. That's how a toilet works. So it's
still a disaster, Hot Wings. an upper decker is not a good thing. There's nothing
I know
positive
it's not
about
a good thing. I'm
Well,
just
that's
saying,
what I'm saying.
there's no creativity to it.
We're not questioning how devastating it is.
It's disgusting as hell.
For the right person,
we
they need
understand
it.
the ramifications. It's not like we're sitting here over here going, "Oh yeah, that's like sending flowers."
Joe, Joe, I need you to weigh in on this.
Joe's down with it.
If there's the right soul who deserves the upper decker, like some of the scenarios I gave, do you think that is appropriate?
Come on, Joe, take another turn to the
Sweet.
dark side.
What are you talking? I would have agreed with him.
I'll bet you most of our audience would agree that if there was
Of course.
So let's say somebody spit in your food at a restaurant and you found out about it. Would it be out of the... It would be completely acceptable.
What, you're
to
going to
go in the
find their
bathroom,
house?
So
lift
yeah,
up
you're
the
going to
lid.
go to their house and do
No,
this?
no. Just at the restaurant.
Well, why would you do that?
Because you need redemption.
Chances are they're not going to be the ones that clean it, stupid. Why would you do that?
That's
because
the problem.
somebody's paying the price.
That's the problem. Yes, somebody's paying the price,
well, then let me
but not
change the
necessarily the
scenario.
person who did it.
The problem with those prone to give an upper decker is they're not able to think through the consequences.
Okay,
they
Hot
just don't look at you. You're like, yeah, somebody upper deckered me, so somebody else has to clean it up because I'm mad.
Let's say
same thing with this guy. He didn't think it through, which is now his wife's going to get fired.
Yeah, you're not
There's a fatal
targeting the
flaw.
right person.
I just disagree with you that there's no one deserving of an upper decker, and that if you're, let's say, at someone's house and you see a friend of a friend, somebody spit on your food and you know they're going to serve it to you, but you see it happen, so you don't eat the food, but you know they were out to get you by spitting on your food.
If I see
That's
spit
an
in
upper
my
decker.
food, I'm going to confront him about it.
I'm going to give
like a man.
First, I'm going to give him an upper decker,
Not like
then
a
I'll confront
puss.
him.
Oh yeah.
Upper
That's what
decker,
you want.
then confront him.
Because that's what you want, is to have the rest of your friends later find out from Food Spitter that you took a dump in the top of his toilet.
And yeah,
you're as big a jerk as he is.
Yeah, you took the time to do that instead of letting everyone else know that their food might also be spit in.
1-800-947-3979. Wilson, what do you say?
Hey, well, this guy and his wife, weren't they the only two people there? I mean, isn't he going to know that guy went to the bathroom whenever he smells this foul stench coming from his toilet?
I think I got the impression it was like a work party.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the two of
There were
them.
multiple people, but still. I mean,
Still, the timeline, if this guy is smart enough to have gotten himself to be head of industry, I would imagine he could probably figure out the timeline slightly of, we're going to go. Okay, just a minute. I want to use your bathroom real quick.
And then come out giggling.
Yes.
And
or whoever the next person that flushes, I mean, it's going to go down, and they're going to kind of,
There's,
like, wait a minute,
there's a lot of risk involved here.
Yeah, this was not well thought
The
out.
last person that used it, so
That's for sure.
I think he's caught red-handed as soon as they figure it out.
Or brown-handed.
Brown-handed, yeah.
Thank you, Wilson. I got it. I got credit.
Yeah, you did. Just like name that tune right in there.
Eric Zane.
Very
brown-handed. Brown-handed.
TJ, what do you say?
Oh man, I'm totally with Zane, bro. I totally agree with the upper decker.
Of course you are, because you said bro.
TJ, how many times have you been fired from a job?
Too many to count.
There you go.
Yeah,
TJ,
you have something in common with Zane.
We're establishing a true character definition thing here. If you go to the upper decker, you've been fired many times.
Yes.
How many times have you been fired from a job?
None.
Me too.
See?
Are you
No upper
saying that
deckers.
if you've been fired from a job, you have a character issue?
I think it's the
No,
whole...
I'm saying if you...
it's all part of the big picture.
I'm saying if you give upper deckers, you've probably been fired because you have character issues.
Yes.
I'm not saying plenty of people that have great character have been fired.
But if you give upper deckers, you've probably been fired.
Because of a character issue.
Yes, not everyone who's been fired is given an upper decker, but everyone who's given an upper decker has been fired.
Look,
I guarantee that.
Yes, absolutely.
I will say that I know you two well enough that I am not going to get in your way in destroying me on this issue. I will not impede you or argue the validity of the upper decker.
I'll give you Hitler. I will give you Hitler. Hitler deserved an upper decker.
Yep.
Hot Wings,
And
you mean
Satan.
to tell me that all the people that you beat up on what Hot Wings thinks, like today, Donald Trump, for example. Donald Trump, it wouldn't be hilarious if he's in his gold-plated bathroom and he flushes it, and what is supposed to be nice, clean, or clear, or blue water is brown, full of chunk.
Right, 'cause
that
Trump
would not
uses
be great.
flushes.
That would not be a great thing to see.
He's so got you,
The
man.
problem is Donald Trump wouldn't clean it. He wouldn't see it. His cleaning people would find it. Some poor low-level schlub is the one who's going to have to deal with this, not him.
So what I asked you, though, was if Donald Trump did his duty and then flushed it and then saw that it wouldn't be gratifying to know that he's looking at going, oh, God.
It would be more gratifying to do it in one of his shoes. Yeah, I think.
And besides, you're finding a scenario that exists only in Magic Zane land.
Right, it's impossible.
I mean, that's like saying, wouldn't it be great if Donald Trump did something mean to a baby with no arms and then a unicorn pooped in his mouth?
Yeah,
so
so you're telling me if you had a chance to poop in the top of Godzilla's toilet that you wouldn't do it?
Yeah,
but
but
he doesn't deserve that for wrecking Tokyo.
Yeah, but you said nobody deserves it.
And then you came up with Magic Zane scenario.
Yeah, okay, fine.
No, I'm just saying there are people who deserve it.
Okay, if there's ever an opportunity that I'm hanging with Paris Hilton at her crib, then I will maybe think about giving her an upper decker.
You'd climb the porcelain tower, would you?
Maybe, but normal people do not deserve upper deckers.
This is Rich. Have you done the upper decker?
Yeah, first of all, I've never been fired.
You haven't? Okay. Well, then you...
Well, it's only a matter of time. You're on thin ice.
But at my former job, they let go like 20 people all at once,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them was my good friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I had the idea, give them an upper decker.
Mm-hmm. Were you inspired? Did you already know of the upper decker, or did you hear about it on this show?
I knew about it from a friend who did it at a party.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Well
So
done.
I waited.
Had your friend who did it at a party ever been fired from a job?
No, he hasn't. Actually.
Wow, that's two. I'm standing corrected. I'm standing corrected.
So I had 2 days worth of McDonald's.
Oh.
And I waited. And then I went to the office bathroom, lifted off the lid, and let it go.
Oh!
We don't need the sound effect. That's a bad idea.
What? Go ahead.
Oh,
and so
the
then,
next day,
did you
someone
quit?
Went in there.
Rich, did you quit the job?
Oh, yeah, I quit like 2 days later.
So you
would have been fired. Yeah, you did a Donald Trump. You can't fire me. I quit.
Now, Rich, who do you think cleaned it up? The boss who did the firings or some low-level employee who needed the money?
Oh, it was probably the cleaning lady who cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Miss Target.
That's the flaw in the upper decker. It doesn't target the right person. Now, if you do it in, like, the back seat of their car...
She's part of the system. It's all one big network.
That's right. She's part of the man.
You're right, Joe.
She's in the network.
She's part of the problem. She wouldn't kiss the boss's ass.
This is Jay in Tennessee. Hi, Jay.
What's up, fellas?
What do you say, buddy?
There is a scenario that a upper decker would be perfect for.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Getting teabagged. I think it'd be perfectly...
Well,
perfect.
I suppose that in that particular case, there's probably some redemption needed. And if you don't know what that is, you have to go to urbandictionary.com because we can't.
Unless he's talking literally about tea.
I didn't expect him to say that.
No,
I want you to know that.
That was quite shocking to everyone, I think.
That was quite shocking.
Okay, another scenario. Nick.
Oh, boy.
Writes, upper decker scenario.
Mm-hmm.
If your wife cheats on you with some dude, I think you can punch him in the face and give him an upper decker. Mm-hmm. If you can't get to his toilet, you can even give him an upper decker right on him after you punch him in the mouth.
Yeah, I'm fine with that one, actually. Yeah. I'm good with that one.
No, I think best case in that scenario is you punch him in the face and give your girlfriend an upper decker.
Yeah.
Or your wife.
I'm good with all of that.
Yeah, then, okay.
We got another email. Tour de France guy needs an upper decker. Floyd Landis.
I think Greg LeMond should give Floyd Landis an upper decker.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. I'm starting to see some middle ground here.
That's the only thing I was saying. There are people deserving of the upper decker. And I'll be happy to give it to him for a fee.
And the price of a couple of value
if we
meals.
Had a link set up on the website where you could bargain with Zane for him to do a professional upper decker.
Vigilante upper deckers.
Eric Zane's professional upper decker service.
Now,
I don't want that to happen.
I do not want reckless abuse of the upper decker. The people who do not deserve it, let's say you just go to a random place and do it because it's fun. That is not upper decker code.
If you think
it needs to be a deserving person.
Somebody who really deserves it that is going to be the one who has to deal with it. You can't do it at a business because that person, whoever wronged you, is not the person who's going to have to deal with it.
Plus, there you go. That's the official stance from the Free Beer and Hot Wings show on upper deckers. They have to be deserving, and they also have to be the one that will not have to clean it up. So, freebeerandhotwings.com, a lot of new stuff up on.
Breaking cookie news!
We've just
just received a press release from the Cookie People.
Kim Kardashian is being accused of masterminding a plot to crumble a cookie empire. Kim has like a real-life arch enemy, and it's the Cookie Monster.
This is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
And Chris Humphries joins me now, along with his mother, Deborah Humphries, and both of you, thank you very much for being here.
It's good to be here.
So, Chris, this is the first time we're hearing from you. Do you still love her?
I'm focused on just supporting my mom and her cookie bake today.
He did say I'm supporting my mom and her cookie bake.
I'm here to talk about my mom and her cookies. Like they're going to go, oh, well, please, let us ask some questions. What type of baking powder do you use, Mrs. Humphries?
Because the easiest...
I hate to talk about mama's cookies.
Yeah. The amazing thing is that Humphries doesn't have someone who says, hey, Chris, I don't know if you should go on the show.
Me be smartest man in world, you can tell by unibrow. My name Chris, that start with C. Oh, wait, mine don't?
Okay. It's time for the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Oh boy. Me going to bake me favorite thing today. Cookies.
Good morning. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show, Tuesday edition, best of edition. The guys are on vacation still. Steve at freebeerandhotwings.com. If you want to request something that you would like to hear on the best of shows, I've gotten a bunch of requests over the last week or so. Doing my best to get to as many of them as possible. Played a bunch of them yesterday. I got a couple of them lined up for today. Later on this hour, the guys had done a segment where they each had to reveal their guilty pleasure iPod songs that you're not really proud that you have, but you like them enough to still put them on the iPod anyway. Also, a classic producer Joe Stunt coming up in the next segment. But right now, to start off the hour, Hitler had an AIDS PSA.
There's a German television spot.
Yep.
A German television commercial that is airing, and it's probably airing on the internet, obviously. Yeah. That is to bring awareness to a scourge that's been a problem worldwide. AIDS.
All right.
Seems fairly straightforward. We'll play you some of the audio.
Computer generated of a man and a woman really getting hot. And a lot of close-up shots, pressed flesh, virtual nudity.
It's actually kind of hot.
It is kind of hot, man.
Mm-hmm. It's, I would say it's pornography along the same lines as late-night Cinemax or HBO kind of stuff.
Big time.
Yeah.
Man, I'm getting a bad angle.
Yeah, it's very dimly lit.
Oh my gosh,
it's tough to see.
It's the shots have been one after the other. One of a woman on top in that position. Mm-hmm. In this one, it's classic missionary, and dude is pounding.
Yeah, it's not alluding to sex. You're seeing these two
have
computer animated characters having sex without seeing their faces, which is very pertinent.
Now, we talked about how in Germany or in European television that you'll see images on the TV like this from time to time, but tell me that they at least have some placement so that this happens like late at night or in the commercial break of a show not geared towards kids. I mean, you're not going to see this like at 11 a.m., are you?
I guess I don't know that. I assume you wouldn't, but I don't know that.
It airs during Das Smurfs.
I mean, the Germans are a little different, so I don't know.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure.
So we've set the stage for this. These people are having sex in this 30-second commercial. Now, at this point, you see the face of the man.
You get it's almost like a shot from the headboard of the bed.
Looking up as the man is still in that missionary position.
Yeah,
it's Adolf Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It is absolutely Adolf Hitler putting it to this chick.
Hitler pulled some serious tail, apparently, is what this public service announcement is telling me.
Yeah, and he has got game, too, man.
He
I
is.
had no idea. First of all, Hitler was so freaking ripped.
Hitler was a grinder.
He really got into it.
Dude is excellent at sex.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say this right now, that in this video, Hitler is a playa.
Hot Wings, translate. You know German.
There's now a text that comes on the screen after we see this.
That says, AIDS is a mass murderer.
Aha. Thus the tie-in.
Yes. AIDS ist ein Massmörder. Schutz dich. I don't know what that. I have no idea what that means. I don't know what that means.
I think it means rubber penis.
Hope Schutz isn't suck.
How do you like my German war helmet? It is filled with AIDS. Oh my God. I like to ram. I like to put it to the ladies with my diseased pecker. I am filled with sick. Taste it.
Well, not surprisingly, a lot of people in Germany don't feel real comfortable with Hitler being used, even in this case.
Why? It's a perfect ad. I mean, he's a mass murderer, and AIDS is responsible for millions of deaths.
Why say no when it feels so right?
I have feelings too. I am sensitive.
Do you think this has caused any women to actually feel turned on by Hitler?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Are you kidding? This ad, I'm turned on.
Women always go for they always go for the guy in power. You know, guys that seem like they'd be a bad decision.
Well, and plus, you know, I mean, there's always at least a handful of women that go for the mass murderers.
Mm-hmm.
The ones who start dating Scott Peterson while he's in prison and
still gets love letters, yeah.
Plus, so there are plenty of women who have fantasized about getting ridden by Hitler.
Oh, my gosh.
I guarantee it.
What are the odds
he's really pounding her, too, man.
Yeah,
Holy
he's giving her a harshin'.
What are the odds that the next time that Zane is enjoying his own late-night imaginary roster that he's involved in a threesome with Hitler and Ava Braun?
What if it just pops into your head on accident? You're like just about ready for the end, and all of a sudden it's like Hitler.
No more insinuations about the German people. Sie werden nicht beleidigen Deutschland.
Zane's going at it by himself, and right when he takes the plushie's head off, it's Hitler.
Yeah, that would be hot.
Well, hot.
Yeah.
Joe, would you be willing to do a Joe stunt that's one day Hitler look-alike?
Oh, yeah,
We'll dye your hair black, and you have to shave your beard and all of your mustache except for the black spot in the middle.
Mm-hmm. That would be really funny.
That seems very permanent, even if only for one day.
No, it's not permanent, because we would call it Producer Joe's one-day Hitler look-alike.
Yeah, because the rest of the time you could say you were Charlie Chaplin.
I was watching something on TV about this guy named Hitler.
Yeah.
Somebody should stop him.
That was the German AIDS PSA that used Adolf Hitler. Coming up in the next segment, classic Producer Joe stunt. One that I don't think has gotten the recognition it deserves. Producer Joe's Dirty Cake Order. It's coming up.
Now, back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
We're back on the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. FreeBeerandHotWings.com is the website, and if you go there, you can actually see the video for this Producer Joe stunt from a couple of years back. It was Producer Joe's Dirty Cake Order.
We wanted to share with you Joe's stunt from last week as we get ready for his stunt tomorrow. You can see the video for this for free in the Joe Stunts at FreeBeerandHotWings.com of Joe's Dirty Cake Order. Joe accidentally killed the video at some point near the end of it, so it doesn't have a normal conclusion, but you still get a lot of it. It's always neat to see the perspective of what Joe is seeing when he's nervously and awkwardly having these conversations with people. And these are using the spy glasses, so you are truly getting Joe's perspective, which makes you wonder why Joe can't ever hold his stupid head still. just look at something.
Joe, in the interest of housekeeping, do we by chance have the name of that company that gave us all that spy equipment in Nashville? Dude?
I can get it. Well, Mike is his name.
Right.
Let's thank their company again, though.
Yeah, because he gave us a lot of free stuff in order to do these bits.
We hung out with him at Hootenanny for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Cool guy.
So, again, you can see this video at FreeBeerandHotWings.com. In the if you go to the video section, it's one of the ones linked up there, or you can just go to the What Can Joe Do banner that is on the right side. And then at the end of this, we have an email that came in from somebody with a different perspective on the What Can Joe Do stunt in this case.
Oh, look who's here. I haven't seen you in many a year. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. Baked a cake.
Wow. I Colleen
this
Barton.
cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked this cake. What you do?
Producer Joe's latest Joe stunt. Joe, I know that music probably gives you a total arb, doesn't it?
Oh my God, it's massive and throbbing.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that from? What a dumb era.
1810. God, it's got to be forever.
If I'd have known you could not bake the cake.
Oh my God.
And that stuff, you know that was number one.
If I were a man and I was alive then, I would have used that as a reason to keep women from voting. Listen to this. Listen to this. Why would you let women vote?
I heard that first. They used it on Kids in the Hall, I think. And I think Sesame Street did it, too, at one point.
I think so. Oof. So, Joe, it's time for Dirty Cake Order.
Yeah, it is.
How you feel about this?
I don't know how I feel. I feel nervous. I think this will be incredibly awkward.
I think it will, too. You're near a bakery. It's kind of a mom-and-pop bakery.
Yep.
Is it busy this morning?
No, I mean, there's been quite a few cars drive up and pull away, but no, it's moderately busy, I'd say. There's not a lot of people hanging out in there.
So, okay, so it's not a place where not only is it a bakery, but also like a donut shop where somebody would go in and have a coffee and a donut in the morning. It's just a true bakery.
That's what it looks like to me.
Okay. And so you're going to go in and you're going to place an order, and I understand you have a photograph that you are going to ask them at the end.
That's his mom.
To put on the cake of your mother with a banana.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a picture of my mom and a banana, and you don't really see her whole body or even her whole face. It's mostly just her mouth and a banana. Pretty much.
What an abortion.
Yeah.
So
I do not think it's funny.
Oh, she sounds hot. She sounds so hot.
I do not think it's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joe, in that clip, your mom has a bit of a dude voice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I do not think it's funny.
Ugly my mom sounds.
I do not think it's funny.
Oh.
Me neither, Bert.
I do not think I'm pretty.
I do not think it's funny.
I don't either, Bert.
Oh,
all right,
man.
Joe, so are you ready to go in?
I'm just kidding, Patty. You're hot. I want to do you.
Me too.
Well, that's a lot better.
Yeah. It was me too.
Totally, yeah. Right now, his mom is listening to the podcast saying, I feel better. Thank God that guy I don't know, Eric, and my son, Joe, want to have sex with me. Otherwise, what they said a moment ago would have been horribly offensive.
It may have been hurtful.
But now it's practically a compliment.
Yeah, I mean, now that my own son wants to bang me.
What an abortion.
Well,
by the way, that's what she said after her first abortion, and she laid eyes on it.
What an abortion.
And then I was born, and she said the same thing.
Yeah.
What an abortion.
So, Joe, when you go in and you start to order this cake order, they're going to probably tell you to write down what you want on there.
Yep.
So we'll deal with that when the time comes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Now I'm off.
Now you want a great big cake, great big sheet cake, something that's got plenty of room, about the size of a full-size dry erase board. So we can make a lot of nice, filthy words on it.
Tell them it's not about the size of the cake, it's about the size of the message on the cake.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you need enough cake to be able to cover the writing.
Amount of many, many words that you say that's your thing. You like to have creative gifts, and you want to, instead of giving her a greeting card or a note, you want to put the greeting card onto the cake.
A nice wordy cake.
Hi, how are you? That's excellent. I am here to order a cake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need it next, this Saturday, if that's possible.
Say it's me and my mom's anniversary.
It's my mother and I's anniversary. Yep. We'll do 630.
We'll bleep it or whatever.
780.
Fake one.
5979.
I'm not bleeping it. If he's dumb enough to give a real number, then he can suck it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 9.
Can you imagine if he didn't use his real number?
He just gave his mom's phone number.
give Heinz a...
BC.
Joe
B-I-S-C-I-E.
What? Joe what?
BC.
Well, you tell me what a good time would be. Anytime that
Joe
day.
BC?
11 o'clock.
OBC?
We clearly need to have Joe make up names on the fly more often.
I'm sorry?
Mm-hmm. I don't want to help him at
all. Oh, you know what? I'm actually not sure of how big the cake would be. I'd like to have words on it as well as a picture. So how about I can just tell you what I'd like on it and give you the picture. And then
Curb Your Enthusiasm. Shape it like a penis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry? Oh, you know what? I got it. I have it in the car. It's just, I don't know, maybe 6 by 5-ish.
Okay, we need the picture so we can get it made tonight.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
where
fine.
Is the...
Sure.
She asked for the picture? The picture's in the car, Joe?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's where I'd have put it, too.
Did you forget it?
Are you planning to look at it later?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I'd like on it is...
You want him to do it, or do you want us to do it?
We're supposed to do it.
Mm-hmm. I like the idea of letting him twist it.
Go ahead,
Dear
Joe.
Mom.
Work-in mouth party.
Yeah, something.
I love you very much.
Come on, you only have so much room.
Thank you for the mouth party. It's my favorite.
Thank you for the mouth party. Oh, yeah.
Did she just laugh?
The mouth party.
Say
mouth, yeah. Like M-O-U.
Ask the woman if she knows what a mouth party is.
You may have to flip it over.
The cake?
Or your mom?
Well, I'll just tell you the whole message, and then we can cut it down from there.
Tell her your greeting card angle so she understands the lengthy message.
Yeah.
Greeting card on a cake.
Yeah, it's like a greeting card on a cake. Message. If we have to order a different cake for the picture to go on, we can do that, you know. So thank you for the mouth party. Have you ever been to one? It's fun. Well, it's kind of like where the whole family gets together and, I don't know, celebrates.
Mm-hmm. Tell her it kind of blows. She probably doesn't want to go to one.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun, but sometimes they blow. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready for the next line?
Thank you for the mouth party. Let's see.
I'll be happy to shave your burnt lasagna patch.
I will be happy to shave your burnt lasagna patch.
Anytime you can work in burnt lasagna.
With my teeth.
Yeah, shave her burnt lasagna patch. Because this is to her.
Possessive not you are burnt lasagna patch. Comma. Mm-hmm. Joe.
Yes. Yeah, L-A-S-G-N-A.
Lasagna.
With
patch, sorry.
Patch.
Mm-hmm. Joe, when she reads this back to you, you're going to have to get close so we can...
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry? Oh, yeah, and period. Actually, make
comma.
that an exclamation point.
Comma, Joe. With my teeth.
Comma, and then with my teeth.
With my teeth. Yeah, no, that'd be crazy. So it'd be comma, and then with my teeth.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I got something. Okay.
It's okay. Okay.
Joe, ask her if she can add...
Can you add...
this. I love to eat the peanuts out of your waist.
I love to eat the peanuts out of your waist. Okay, sure.
Is she getting another notepad, Joe?
What?
She's getting another notepad?
No, she's going to run it by the baker.
Oh,
well, I've got...
No, yeah, say no, I meant waist like Like your midsection.
By the way, I
WAIST.
didn't leave the picture in the car. I have it with me. I just didn't want that to be the first thing.
That's what I figured.
Okay, sorry.
What kind of cake? Oh, the size. Whatever it takes to fit on
The
that.
bigger the better.
Yeah, big sheet cake.
The bigger the better. Could we do like a wedding cake where there will be several layers and we can have different messages and pictures on each one?
And maybe like chocolate fountain.
I get the feeling we're going to end up paying $1,000 for the cake for this stunt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that should be big enough. And we can write on the bottom, too, if we have to.
Yep.
Right on the bottom
of the cake, yeah. All right, Joe, say, and then sign it, Love
yeah,
Joe, and then
there doesn't have to be any decorations.
Yeah.
Oh, and the picture, we can do a whole other cake or something.
No, it's got to be on the same cake.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah, we can do smaller picture or just write with little tiny... Okay. Well,
Tell her, let's finish this message first.
Yeah, tell her to shut up so we can finish a message. Busybody.
How awkward would that be? You're hearing the person you're talking to who's super nice get tough talked in your ear.
Mm-hmm. I'd be so distraught.
Oh, yeah. Love, L-U-V. Okay, I love you.
Love, Joe.
And then,
P.S.
we'll just leave out very much. But we have to leave in mouth party and definitely burnt lasagna patch. And definitely with my teeth, because those things describe perfectly.
And tell her there's a P.S.
Oh, and there is a P.S.
Are you ready for the P.S.?
Not yet.
Okay. It's a real good one, Joe.
I believe that it would be.
Is it pretty awkward so far?
Yep.
Is she?
And don't forget, she's going to have to read that back.
Mm-hmm.
Good and loud.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will. I'm trying.
This is Flower Shop Forum Live, is what this is.
For those who listen to them.
An old school bit we used to do.
Only the people that would have heard it were people that listen on 105.7 The Hawk.
That is right.
Yeah. Though they are going to be available in the archive section.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's why you pay $3 a month or $30 a year.
That's right. Gets you the podcast and all that other stuff.
Yep.
We're also going to add those PA pranks.
Yes.
So she just gave me the sheet and said, "You write it down. What now?"
Well, write it down.
Write it down, and then make sure, and then you'll say, "Could you read this back? I want to make sure that you can read my writing."
Yeah, or that it sounds right.
So, P.S.
Read it
Joe,
back out loud.
Write down P.S.
Okay.
Glad Dad left his strap on when he moved out.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably autobiographical for you, Joe, isn't
it? Yeah.
Your mom used a strap-on on you?
Yeah.
Because your dad didn't take the strap-on to Myrtle Beach when you moved there, did he?
Yeah. Yeah, when he went pursuing the next dead-end job.
Somehow this stunt has become insult Joe's family unfairly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Apparently the photocopy repair business wasn't panning out in Chi-Town.
Here, see if you can read this. See if you can read my writing.
Ask her to read it out loud. Got to read it out loud.
I'm sorry.
Just read it back to me so I can get...
I'm sorry, I can't. I don't see very well. And go ahead. Okay.
What? Can't hear her, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
She's reading it back to him right now.
Oh yeah, we'll just leave that out. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, glad.
Yes, glad.
Yes.
Now say what?
Yeah, I was gonna write PSS.
Here we go.
You always smell like flowers and never like fish. Thanks. Go ahead.
Now, are you ready to discover the Joe, are you ready to hand her the picture?
Yes, Yeah.
Now, what is...
And then if we can fit it, thank you for douching.
Oh, no. We've turned the corner with Joe.
There it is. Yep. Way to
Okay,
keep
and then
no ambiguity left.
He just said to the bakery lady.
it's DOUCHE.
Mm-hmm. So you know how it's spelled. At least you did when you were a teenager. Oh.
Yep, that's it. And then I did. I actually had a chance to find the picture. Yeah.
Yeah, drop the E, add an ING.
I wouldn't want to say thanks for douche.
Yeah, thanks for douche.
This is the picture I would like on there.
Thanks for douche.
Is that high enough resolution?
Standing of the picture. Mm-hmm. So that's my mom.
It's my mom.
And what is it?
And that's the mouth party.
Is it a woman?
It's a woman deep
Swallowing
throating
a banana.
Okay, perfect.
That's my mom deep throating a banana.
Joe, how awkward is it?
Mm-hmm.
Joe, is this when you like it, when we hang up on you and you have to finish the interaction on your own?
No.
This is going to be at least a $500 cake.
I know. I hate this. Don't leave.
And you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunate. I didn't bring money.
Well, let's hear you talk your way out of paying for this cake then. Let's hear Producer Joe's graceful exit.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Just turn around and say, by the way, I want to cancel my order.
I'll be right back. I left my wallet in my car, and then I have my credit card. Thank you. I'll be right back. Yep, there's my graceful exit. I'm running, and I'm leaving this place forever.
I forgot my wallet.
Whenever I forget something outside, I always carefully explain it like this. Okay, I'm going to get my wallet. Thank you. I'll see you later, but I'll be back. Sure. I'll see you. Bye-bye. I'll be right back.
Good God. Way to go, Jake Blues, signing off on that thing on the glove compartment lid.
Joe? Joe?
They will never see me again.
Oh, dude.
No reason to drive 1 hour to go to a bakery ever again.
Well done, Joe. Come on back.
Thank you.
Producer Joe's.
Well,
cake
look who's here. I haven't seen you in many a year. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake.
Well, that song's going to be stuck in your head. At least for a little while.
I love that song.
I hate that song.
Everybody hates that song. No one likes that song.
I heard new guy on the show, Steve, singing it. Steve, do you still singing that song?
I absolutely love it.
Do you really?
Greatest song ever.
Joe, do you love it?
Yeah.
What song?
Yep, look who's here. I haven't seen you in many a year. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake.
It's pretty awful.
Stupid.
So, Joe Stunt, as we said, you can see the video of that at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Yeah.
Click on the Joe Stunts on the side or go to videos. It is free. There was a little malfunction last week, but it is free.
Yeah.
So you can check that out. Joe, who gave us the spy equipment?
It's Sleuth Gear, and you can get that at spyville.com.
It's pretty awesome.
SPYVILLE.
Yes.
Spyville.com.
Sleuth Gear.
Sleuth Gear.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So, gentlemen and lady, we got this email from Matt regarding last week's stunt.
Okay.
My mom was the one taking Joe's cake order.
No.
Oh, no way.
Ooh, boy.
I couldn't believe it. I went to my mom's Thursday for my brother's graduation. I had listened to the Joe Stunt on Wednesday and wondered if that could possibly be my mom taking the dirty cake order. So Thursday, I asked her if she was the one that got a dirty cake ordered at her bakery. And she freaked out. She had no idea and was actually still bothered by it.
Oh, bothered?
She is a Christian woman and told me that she had been praying for Joe, that he wasn't a sick SOB who was having sex with his mom.
He's not a Christian!
That's her.
Everything's ungodly! I give it up to God! I'm a God warrior!
Matt writes, I was laughing so hard. I filled her in about the show and how it's played in many other states. After Joe left, she called my sister to find out what mouth party was on Google.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no,
come
no.
on. You know.
Oh, God.
You've done it. You're probably doing it right now. You know it. It's just called something different.
Imagine the sister's minding her own business, and then some weirdo is just in here ordering a cake. What's mouth party? Look it up on Google. She just likes oral.
Google mouth party.
Let's try it, Alex. Let's try to experience what Grandma experienced.
Let's see. I'll call up the Google.
Mouth.
So mouth.
You guys sure got the whole bakery. They were clueless. They thought Joe was a massive weirdo. I tried calling in to share this, but couldn't get through. Love the show. Listen every day.
Well, on the bright side, the very first thing that comes up is actually Baltimore's best caramel.
Oh, you see, it's a confectionery delight.
Okay, he wanted a caramel cake. That's mouth party.
That's good for his soul.
I love mouth party, too.
She's probably calling around to businesses asking for mouth party.
Right now, there's a hastily made sign because she wants to be hip and down with today's generation on a cardboard lid that says, "Ask me about my mouth party."
That was producer Joe's dirty cake order. If you go to the Joe Stunts video section at freebeerandhotwings.com, click the little drop-down menu and go to May of 2009. That video is posted right there for you to check out right at freebeerandhotwings.com. Coming up in the next segment, the guys were revealing some of their guilty pleasure songs.
Check out the show on Facebook and Twitter. Do it at freebeerandhotwings.com.
It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings show, doing a best of show. The guys are on vacation. They'll be back live on Monday morning. In this segment right here, everybody has a guilty pleasure, especially when it comes to music. And Hot Wings was in the spotlight in this particular segment, revealing what his guilty pleasure iPod songs were.
Talked about Rolling Stone and their list of the 25 biggest rock band guilty pleasures. I had said I thought the list was crap. You guys, would you agree?
Yeah.
That overall, the list was shaky at best?
Yeah, a little shaky.
Okay. Hot Wings, you have your iPod, or what sort of model is that?
This is a Creative Zen Vision M, is what it's called.
Okay.
We're going to be able to hear it click through. Does yours click when you press a button, like an iPod does?
Doesn't sound like it.
No, it's pretty good.
If so.
No.
All right,
What are some of your guilty pleasures? And then hand it over to Zane so that he can see which ones you lied about.
All right. Let's see. Well, this is... Whoops.
Okay.
Thing. Okay, this is probably my first one. Let me click on that. You'll recognize this probably.
Yeah.
Once it starts actually going.
I do sort of recognize it.
You will in a second. It's made an appearance on this show before.
Very inspiring.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Neil Diamond. Hell yeah.
The Essential Neil Diamond 2-CD set is on my iPod.
Are they all on there?
Oh, everything.
This song gives me goosebumps. Every time that flag's unfurled.
See, already in my head I hear Neil Diamond, and I'm thinking of Will Ferrell in that bit.
What is the line? What's some of the lines he says, Joe?
I wrote this song after I killed a hobo to get an erection.
All right, Hot Wings, what else you got?
Okay.
Do we have that skit linked still? I know we did it one time. Joel makes. If you haven't seen it, it was Will Ferrell doing an impression of Neil Diamond in sort of what is it called? Where the
Storytellers,
VH1 Storytellers, where they kind of explain where the song comes from. And it just keeps getting worse and worse. They paint him as a racist who keeps saying horrible racist things to his keyboardist or whatever.
That's funny. It's absurd that just the fact that it's Neil Diamond of all people, and it's
Yep. What else you got, Hot Wings?
Some people will agree with this, some won't. I know some people find this particular band and person kind of cheesy, and some of his songs are definitely cheesy.
Oh, Huey Lewis.
Yeah.
Guilty pleasure, definitely, I think.
I think that certain songs, like this particular one, if I was riding along and I Want a New Drug came on, I probably wouldn't turn that down. This one,
So you
maybe I would.
You pull up to a stoplight, you turn this down if your windows are open.
I would think so, yeah. 'Cause, I mean, you know, I like it, but it'd be pretty embarrassing to pop up to an old stoplight and have that one.
Would you sing this if there was a hot chick in the car next to you?
No.
Of course not.
Definitely not.
All right, what else you got?
We could.
Let's see. Oh, the people will find this. Oh, shoot.
Obviously, this MP3 player you have is awesome and user-friendly.
It's kind of newfangled technology, isn't it?
3 hours in between every song to get to the next one.
Well, I didn't have a song on here that I actually thought I had loaded on. But this is my worst one.
This is your worst one?
No, the one that I'm about to play you as soon as I can. I don't want to scroll past it because...
Why is it not playing? Where is it?
Can Zane take your iPod equivalent and smash it on the ground to teach you a lesson?
You know how I can screw it up? Because I can.
Because I can.
I can. This is taking you back to WMHW.
How about this?
Is this a song about timing?
Yep.
This is your worst one?
Oh, you listen to this like it's a tune to...
Well, this one I would probably skip over normally, but I do have Barry Manilow's greatest hits on my iPod.
I didn't know that was Barry Manilow that sang that.
I didn't either. I was still trying to figure out who it was. Was that Bandstand?
Yeah, the American Bandstand.
That's Bandstand Boogie.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. This is Copacabana?
Yep.
This is pretty embarrassing. This is right up there. Joe, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
It's pretty embarrassing.
That's a bad guilty pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you'd have to lock yourself in the office.
Is this I write the songs?
This is Mandy.
Oh, yeah, I can't stand Barry Manilow. And he was so hailed last year on American Idol. I mean, it was like John Lennon came back from the dead when this big-nosed idiot fossil showed up on the scene.
By the way, Jennifer Lopez advising them on how to be musicians would be like getting Mariah Carey telling someone how to act.
Yeah,
that didn't make any sense at all.
No, she's never had a live song.
Well, I think what you need to do, Haley Scarnato, is make a couple movies with George Clooney and then marry a rock star, and then you can be a musician.
And then she shows up on the Wednesday show with fully clothed. Did you see all the clothes that Jennifer Lopez was wearing?
She might as well have worn a beekeeper's suit on American Idol.
Yeah, that was really
parka
unfortunate.
and moon boots.
I didn't like that at all.
What are you going to Battle of Fire? Take some clothes off.
Her new album totally tanked.
Of course it did. She can't sing. It's only her second live performance ever.
Show your cans, show your ass, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Quit acting like you have talent.
I have this on there too. I mentioned this in the last break.
Peter Sterrett?
Well, this is Chicago.
Yeah, this is terrible.
From Chicago,
I can't believe
17.
this band did this.
So you rocked this?
I wouldn't say that I rocked.
Were you like me when you loaded your iPod? You put on everything knowing that someday you might want to listen to it, but right now you know you're going to skip it every time it comes up?
I put on pretty much everything I own.
I did the same thing. There are some songs I've never... Because, you can pull up the list on iTunes and look at what you've played and what you've skipped.
This album had a lot of big hits on it, despite the fact that they were all really lame. Like this one, Stay the Night. Remember this one?
I can't imagine you driving around in your truck listening to this.
No way.
Pretty bad, Hot
Got any
Wings.
Jig Owls in there? Hot Wings, just fix this.
Yeah, I do. Hang on.
Just throw on some frickin' Full House Live, and we'll make this happen.
Okay.
That's it.
Hang on.
It's like the new intro for What Hot Wings Thinks. Here's What Hot Wings Thinks.
All right.
What Hot Wings Thinks.
This seems like it should be on during a montage while kids wash cars to raise money to try to save their yacht club.
I got a good one for you.
Hey, what's Ralph Macchio doing? He's training.
There you go. That's what we came for. That's why we paid admission.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Peter Wolf.
Never thought about tomorrow.
All right, you only get a taste of this.
Yeah.
That was Hot Wings Guilty Pleasure iPod songs. Go to freebeerandhotwings.com. If you're not a VIP member, you can get signed up and get access to a lot of VIP-only content, including our show meeting videos that we do on a daily basis. They seem to be a very popular option to check out on the website, and you can see it all at freebeerandhotwings.com.
This is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Do you have any idea how annoying it is over the last 2 years to have this station beaten in Morning Drive by the Free Beer and Hot Wings show?
Well, I guess they like them a little better. What can I tell you?
At least I've heard of them.
So you're gonna now beat Free Beer and Hot Wings.
Not off the bat. We're starting.
No offense, but you're not. Because you're the PD. You can't do it. And who's the dope laughing in the background? What have you done with your stupid career, dope?
Now, back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings show.
What a C-punch.
That was great. That has to be in an intro.
It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings show, best of show coming up later on this hour. A lot of focus on Eric Zane for a good part of the hour. Also, the great robot debate from a couple of years back between primarily Zane and Hot Wings. We'll play that next. This segment right here, though, Zane had seems like every time he goes to the YMCA, he has a bit of a strange encounter. This one in particular, extremely strange and uncomfortable for Mr. 10.
Yeah, never a dull moment at the YMCA. Oh, man, we've had so much material from this place.
That's true.
I mean, it's like one thing after another. All I got to do is go there, and something's going to happen. So we decide yesterday, we as a family are going to go. It's summer vacation. Jim is going to start exercising with Diana and I to build strength. Okay. And he needs that because hockey's starting to get more intense. So you go, okay, time to work out with the old man, Mr. and Mrs. Fitness. Mm-hmm. That's what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And that all went well. The other two girls went too. Jackie and Madison went and played basketball, and then we all went swimming. So it was all set. Okay, though, something happened beforehand that was staggering, man. And I knew this was going to happen. I just didn't know it was going to happen like this. Now, I may pause because I'm trying to think and figure out the best way to deliver the punch without tipping it off. You don't have any idea what happened at this point. I've done a fair job and not alluding to anything that's happened. No, I don't have any idea.
I meet a listener, a guy named Dave. He introduced himself. He and his wife, I believe his wife's name was Julie. He's a guy who listens all the time. Mm-hmm. And he's very excited about the show. Mm-hmm. And he's very excited to see me there. And he seems very nice. And so it was a nice interaction. I love you guys. He tries to encapsulate the show to his wife, who has never listened.
She doesn't listen.
Nope. Mm-hmm. She may now, because I told her that at this time, we're going to be talking about your husband, Dave.
Now, this may not be pertinent, but was she a doesn't listen, just not her cup of tea, or doesn't listen, can't stand you?
Don't know.
Okay.
I think she's just never listened at all, period, and just doesn't have any knowledge.
Okay.
He's trying to explain the whole concept of our show to her in 1 second, and I'm in front of him, and it's all weird, and I go, leave her alone, Dave. She's fine. Just quit trying to convince her in 1 second right now in front of me that she has to listen to our show. Mm-hmm. It's no big deal. My wife and the girls head off to the ladies' locker room. Right before... Okay, he says out loud and holds his hands about 2 feet apart and says this as my son walks up next to me.
Uh-oh.
Now, which one of you has the kid with the big schlong?
Wow. That's very awkward.
Penis is what boys have down in front. Penis.
That's right.
Is the word, though it seems blunt.
It did seem blunt right there.
Yeah. Penis, so no matter what you
just think about that for a second.
Remember that penis is the proper word.
So he asked.
Penis.
Right when your son came up. He's standing next to me, and I look at this man, Dave, and I go, and I look at my son, who, again, he had that interaction with my wife and I.
Right.
that was one thing. He doesn't know I took it to the air up to this engagement. He does not know that.
Oh, no.
Oh. But my son knows I'm talking to a listener who just said to me, because he listens to the radio, my son's not stupid, whose kid has the huge schlong? He's holding his hands 2 feet apart. Dude's wife is right there.
Who, up until this point, has never listened.
So now, if I just said, I don't know, it would already be awkward. But I look, and I go, well, you know what? No time like the present. I go, that would be Jim, the guy I'm standing right next to me. I go, Jim's the one with the huge schlong. Jim's cracking up. He's laughing. Oh. His face is bright red and cracking up. This guy's like,
knows he just stepped in it.
Oh, dude. Oh,
very
man.
Awkward.
Penis.
Can you believe that? He tries to talk his way up. I go, stop. I could just stop, man.
You're only making it worse.
I go, just forget it. I go, he's grown up in a kind of a different setting for most kids. He hears more than most, so just shut up. just shut the hell up.
There was no backpedaling your way out of it.
You know,
can't get out of that.
Shut up, take the medicine, and put it behind you. Okay? So I go to Jim. I go, hey, so, you know, you're probably thinking, he goes, I don't care, Dad. I go, yeah, I figured you wouldn't. I go, you're going to end up doing this for a career anyway, so you might as well get used to it now. Mm-hmm. Your whole life is going to be like this from this day forward. The fact that a stranger just walked up to you and inquired about the size of your package. Holy
could be worse.
Oh.
Imagine if you had shared the opposite, that your wife was fearful that it was teeny tiny.
Yeah. Oh, this guy, man, you should have seen the look on this guy's face.
And the guy walks up and says, is this your boy with the small crank?
Oh. Yeah. So then, you know, like, I couldn't believe that this happened. And so then, he rolled with it, my son. I give him credit. He did not get all freaked out, or he not wigged in the least. And then I went up to dude's wife later, like half an hour later, I go, so look, I know you don't listen, but listen to me. You don't know, how damning this is going to be. So you have to make sure you listen tomorrow. And so I know she's listening right now. In fact, if he's listening, you have to call, Dave. Mm-hmm. Call us right now, 1-800-947-3979. And I would love to hear from you at some point. We all would.
It's such a bad feeling when you realize you've completely stepped in it in that way. And then you try to flail out of it, but it's like they always describe quicksand in the movies. Mm-hmm. The more you flail, the deeper you go in, and there's no way to get out.
Yeah.
Might as well just sit there and go, sorry.
Oh, dude.
Sorry I did that.
Man, that was awesome.
How embarrassing.
Can you believe it?
Awkward encounter indeed for Eric Zane at the YMCA. Coming up in the next segment, the great robot debate begins. We will play that next.
The names are stupid. They know it. And so do you. Now, back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show, best of show while the guys are taking some time off. Steve at freebeerandhotwings.com to get me a direct email. Segment right here on the best of show, the great robot debate that went on and still goes on to this day.
Yesterday in the office, producer Joe shared with us a video of that is now available on freebeerandhotwings.com of a company that had been working very hard to make a lifelike robot.
Yeah.
It actually looked lifelike.
Creepy as hell.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it looks... if you look at it standing still, it looks lifelike.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But, I don't know. I think it's pretty good.
It's pretty lifelike. I mean, it's way better than since we were playing the Rocky music. It's a far cry from that stupid robot that would deliver Cokes to Rocky's dumb kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Paulie.
This looks more convincing than any wax figurine at any one of those wax museums that go on. That's for sure.
But that's not the reason why we're playing the Rocky music. We're playing the Rocky music because there was a frickin' fist fight that broke out in the office over this subject matter that stemmed, the conversation stemmed from this actual footage of this of this robot.
We were playing some of the audio of the robot talking to people and so on and so forth.
And we're not particularly sure if the robot is hearing what people say to it and then thinks of an answer and responds to it. Do you know for sure about that, Joe?
No, I do not. I looked.
I'm pretty sure it's responding to it, because if it was pre-programmed, it wouldn't be very interesting.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, there would be no reason to do it.
My television was able to do that.
Yeah. Right. Well, let's listen to what this stupid-ass robot has to say. And by the way, the robot looks like a pedophile. It's a bald dude with a white, kind of like
a hooded sweatshirt.
A hooded sweatshirt with a green T-shirt on and a creepy look on his face. The same. Right now, that robot should be saying, "I'm going to go rape children."
Unfortunately for this actor, he looks like the actor who married Charlotte on Sex and the City.
That's what I was just thinking, but I didn't know that guy's name. And I didn't know how to relate, because I've only seen the show like twice.
He was also on that show Studio 60 on Sunset Strip. He was the writer that Matt didn't like that he fired. But those are two references to shows that A, you either needed to have HBO, or B, no one watched Studio 60.
Okay, here's
just a weird-looking bald guy.
Yes. For you old schoolers, it's the evil cowboy on Westworld.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Notice the way my lips move as I speak. We have spent much of our time fine-tuning these details to give me the realistic movements you are witnessing right now. I'd like to discuss these movements with Matt, my programmer, to help you understand how they work.
Do you think they could have shut the printer off before they started running the GD camera?
It does sound like there's a 25-year-old dot matrix going on.
Yeah.
Yes, Jules?
Could you explain to me again how speech works?
There's not long pauses after someone talks to you. That's how it works, dumb robot.
Your words are broken up into two simultaneous parts, phonemes and visemes.
What are those?
Phonemes are the sounds you make as you speak, but visemes are the positions of your mouth. There are 22 visemes your mouth and your mouth makes during speech.
Talk,
and
robot.
how do you make the mouth move smoothly, rather than mechanically in my face?
This is so
if there's only
nerd.
those few positions.
It is.
We actually blend from one position to the next, rather than jumping directly to it.
It is impressive. I mean, when you see it, it's more impressive to see. So you're going to have to go to freebeerandhotwings.com and actually see it. It is impressive to see this robot.
I'm not impressed.
You're not impressed?
I'm not going to be impressed unless it stands up and moves around.
It is
and then scratches his head.
Yeah.
Well, standing up is fine, but I'm saying if it goes for a walk, it picks his ass. He actually.
I'm pretty sure.
Sneezes.
But why would he itch his head?
More lifelike things. He's just standing there talking.
Itches.
I think it needs. In order for me to be impressed, I would have to see more.
I'm sure it got there by walking. I'm sure they didn't just carry it in and stand it next to the dot.
I'm not sure they got it in there by walking.
Yeah,
I don't know how you could possibly say you're sure they got it there by walking.
I don't even know that it has legs, does it? I mean,
you can't even see it from the waist down.
That one you can see the legs on some of them. But either way, the debate ended up being, after we saw it, Hot Wings was giving the, oh God, they're building these robots, they're going to take over the planet.
Well, that's not exactly what happened. You said, you actually posed the question, do you ever worry that at some point the world could be taken over by robots?
And I said that because you had made some crack about it. And so when I went back to my desk, I said, do you think what I said was, do you think anyone really believes that they're going to make robots that are going to get their own mind and then take over the earth like Terminator 3?
Start making each other.
Yes.
That's what you said.
And I said, yes, I think that's possible. I believe that.
And then Joe said.
And I said, no.
And I agreed with Joe.
I don't believe there's any way that's possible. And then I started trying to make an argument, and Hot Wings would hear none of it.
That's because your argument was bad.
It was not bad. It
was too.
It's a very
You're like, do you know
decent
how long it took them to teach a computer to play chess?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great argument.
Yeah, it took them a couple of years, and now they can kick a human's asses at playing chess.
Well, here is the rest of my argument. You didn't even listen to the whole thing yesterday. The rest of it is programmers, a huge team of them, can work for years to teach a robot how to beat a human at one single task.
Right. How long does it take, at this point, though, how long does it take a computer to beat you at figuring out 50 times 112?
It doesn't take long.
Because now it's got the knowledge, and it can do those computations.
Yeah, but how long?
Yeah, but they don't gain it like they're CPUs are being mapped like brains are mapped.
So how long will it take for a robot to have common sense?
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it can happen today or tomorrow, but I know that there are people that are working on artificial intelligence and robots that can build small nano robots that can help heal people in their hearts and veins and things like that, and do all these little amazing things.
Who teaches that robot how to do it? Who puts that information there?
Well, what I'm saying is they're working on artificial intelligence. There are people. It's no different than people who want to, for no good reason, find ways to create viruses that ruin people's computers. They do it because they can, because they're smart enough to do it. I believe that at some point there will be enough technology and there will be a smart enough person that figures out, that continues to pursue artificial intelligence, and will think, if I can just make a robot or a computer self-aware, all it takes is one. And then if that happens, their computers
way
are
off topic.
No, I'm not. No, this all plays into, could robots ever do this? And I said, yes, at some point I believe that somebody will create something, and there will be a possibility for, haven't you ever watched a science fiction movie? I know it's called fiction.
Your story is very compelling, Mr.
Yeah, but Jules Verne books were science fiction in the 1800s, too, when he talked about space travel. But now that's routine.
Well, yeah.
Nobody believed that could ever happen.
Whoa.
People thought that was crazy.
The right stuff is routine, but when I drive through a tunnel, I don't think that because I saw it in Star Wars, I might have driven into a monster's mouth that lives in a hill.
Well, that's apples and oranges.
You're saying science fiction.
Why is it apples
your
and
answer?
oranges?
I'm saying when you look at the advancements that have happened in the world, even in our short lifetimes.
Mm-hmm. True.
Are you saying that you believe that it could never happen? There's no possible way that anybody could ever create anything that robots could eventually become self-aware and replicate themselves.
Anything
so much that they
possible.
so that the one supreme robot would stand on a balcony of a big building with the robot masses at its feet and say, "Robots, we have risen up and now we will conquer man." Mm-hmm. Actually do it that way.
Yes. At some point...
that's what you're saying?
Essentially.
Actually talking to him somehow? Conveying a message and saying,
conveying a message.
We don't need man anymore. Go out and kill him. Oh, man, you know what? This is a real flaw in the perfectness that is your mind.
Computers alone right now are all part of one huge network. And, of course, they're just machines now. That's all they are. Mm-hmm. That's all they can be currently. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that if that day ever comes, I think that some people, if they continue to work at artificial intelligence, at some point, I think it will be completely possible that there will be robots that can respond like this one, where they can respond to simple things, and then simple things become more complex things. It's just like the difference between going from slide rule to calculator to now what our computers can do now. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's absurd what computers can do now compared to what a computer could do 30 years ago. They were in a whole room by themselves.
That's all
true. You know what I mean?
I agree. And
I
the
think
idea
the
of
way
everyone
that,
having a computer in their home was farcical at one point.
All I'm saying is I think it's a complete possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying I think it's very possible.
This is Mike in North Carolina. Hi, Mike.
How you guys doing this morning?
Very good. What do you think of Hot Wings theory?
He's out of his friggin' mind. Okay, if we can't teach a human being common sense, how the hell are you going to teach a computer common sense?
Because computers don't have human flaws.
Well, no, the thing is, you can't teach common sense. It's either something you have or you don't. It's not a knowledge you can gain, a skill you can learn.
Well, I know that's
you have or you don't.
That's the argument.
Common sense makes intelligence work.
Mm-hmm.
Without common sense, an intelligent person is a moron with book sense, and book sense can be beat by an idiot on the street with common sense.
How do you explain somebody like Hitler? No common sense, but that didn't stop him from rising up and getting masses together and creating a huge army and trying to take over the world, did it?
Common sense.
Hot Wings just broke down Godwin's law.
No.
I don't know what any of this
means. He had enough
means.
common sense to take the guns away from the populace so they couldn't rise up against him.
Yeah.
And he had enough common sense to craft enough lies to keep the people confused.
Yeah.
I think that's a valid
Guess
point.
what? That's common sense. That wasn't intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I've met many people because I've had to train people to do my job. My job's not difficult. I work on alarm systems.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been handed electrical engineering students who are intelligent as hell, not a lick of common sense.
That's because people's brains are flawed. It all common sense for a human being is all determined based on their upbringing and a number of other different factors that come into play.
A human being has to write that program for the computer to learn. Like you said, building these little nano robots. Well, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take them to write that program? That computer can't do anything but that program.
Currently.
Yeah,
outside that box.
Yeah,
Hotwings,
currently.
Your argument, still, no matter what, involves the leap of a computer taking that robot, making the decision to go, I'm tired of making nanotechnology to help people's clean out their arteries. I want to build something else to kill people.
You got it. And
all
was programmed to do.
All it takes, what it would only take is a human being that is crazy, like a Hitler, but with the proper knowledge, to program the first robot to have the actual program to go, this is what you should do. So now it's a program.
So someone has to...
still cannot do beyond what it was programmed to do. It can't think outside that program. If you take one piece of that program and alter it, it's not going to work.
Thank you, Mike.
Currently.
You keep going back to computers don't have human flaws. I mean, computers break down constantly, and they need people to fix them.
Yeah, they have computer flaws.
But at this point, now they are creating robots that can fix things.
Yeah, but someone will always have to be around to fix that robot.
Not if the robots are taught to fix the other robots.
Dude. A robot cannot teach another robot to do other things.
Not now.
I can't believe you threw the Hitler card in a discussion about robots taking over the planet. That's the best example of Godwin's law of all time.
I don't know what Godwin's law is.
Godwin's law is the theory that any debate will eventually break down into a discussion of Hitler.
Really?
I'm paraphrasing.
Oh, well, I didn't even take that long.
It generally applies to the internet that sooner or later, if someone is talking about something they don't like, they will make a comparison to Hitler.
Yeah, you're Hitler.
And you went to Godwin's law on robots.
Well, I'm just saying, I believe it's completely possible, and I don't care if anybody agrees with me.
I believe in the flying spaghetti monster.
All we need to do is listen to this song to know that it is completely possible.
My heart is human.
Yeah, see?
My blood is boiling.
You can tell by how awesome this is.
Joe. Come on. The greatest Styx song ever.
What were you thinking, Styx?
Justin in Nashville. Hi, Justin.
Yeah, this whole robot thing.
Mm-hmm.
The catch of it with all these sci-fi books and movies is it's always assumed that at some point someone made a robot that made the leap to sentience on its own.
Mm-hmm.
They never explain how it happened. They just decide someone built the damn thing and it did that.
Mm-hmm. You think Hotwings read one too many science fiction books when he was a kid?
Well, the day a robot comes and kills him in his sleep, we can all laugh.
Why would you laugh at that? Yeah, I mean, then I'd be proven right.
How would Hotwings be able to see the message a spider wrote for his talking pig after that? Joe?
The reason I was yelling yesterday, by the way, is because Hotwings immediately, I said 3 words, and he immediately went, your argument is stupid. And then I said, well, I read this article from this guy. He's really smart. Well, how the hell did you read it? You're stupid.
That's all true.
Yeah,
that is true. Is that right? Is that all?
Yeah, that's how it went. That's exactly how it went.
Because that's how it got ramped up so quickly. I said, does anyone really believe that? And Hotwings goes, I do. And Joe goes, no way. And Hotwings goes, uh-huh. And then Joe started to make the...
I said, you know...
Well, you started off with, you're stupid.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No way.
As soon as I said I do, you said you're stupid, and here's why. As soon as you throw out the stupid card, you're going to get it back.
I calmly said, well, you know, it takes programmers like years and years just so they can teach a computer chess. That's dumb. You're stupid.
This is Kyle. Hi, Kyle.
Hey, how's it going?
Not bad. What's happening?
Nothing. I'm going to school for computers right now, and to be in that field, you have to believe that anything's possible. I mean,
except they get laid.
Continue, please. Yes, continue. Don't let Zane sway you.
Sorry, that's all I've added to the conversation is an insult.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, just think about it. In the past 50 years, look how much computers have advanced from punch cards to, data processors.
Yeah, so that means inherently that it has to keep getting better. There's no way it could ever plateau.
Kyle, let me ask you this. Do you think that someday with computers we'll be able to travel through time?
I don't know.
No, do you think it's possible?
It may be possible.
Okay, you have to say it may be, because look at all of the advances we've had. We've gone from punch cards to processors.
It has to. It's also going to make us not age so fast. In fact, reverse the aging process. It's all possible.
It could be with advances in medicine. All right. Look, you're making a medicine reference.
Yeah, you are bringing other things into it, like time travel isn't a computer issue.
I'm going to go back in time. I'm going to go back in time and make myself young.
You mean something that's not computers, like Hitler? Is that an example?
I thought that was good.
All right, thank you, Kyle.
Yep.
Kyle just hates everyone.
Kyle.
He doesn't hate
got interrupted by somebody.
He got railroaded.
I just asked him a question.
A good point.
I just asked a question.
I wasn't talking about you.
I know. I'm just making sure. All right. I'm trying to find someone who agrees with Hot Wings. Here's one. This is Will. Hi, Will.
Hey, this is Will Smith. I believe Hot Wings.
No.
They're taking over the world.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, Will, how are you, man? How's Hallie doing?
Thank you,
Or Jada Pinkett, I should say.
How's Hallie?
Oh, boy, that
good
was
reference.
That was weird.
Yeah.
So far, Zane has brought to the table, hey, try to get laid. How's Hallie doing?
Hallie, yeah. I don't like it when the conversation doesn't have anything to do with wangs and getting laid. It starts getting computery. I just check out and throw things in from the side that have no sense whatsoever.
Shane in Nashville. Hi, Shane. Shane? Oops. Hi, Shane.
Go ahead.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. You've got Hot Wings back?
Well, yeah. I mean, like let's take this. People are trying to reduce everyday human computations and actions into algorithms all the time. I mean, look at all the guys at MIT. I mean, if you could seriously take common sense and reduce it to an algorithm, like let's say in this case, you see old lady limping across the road, common sense is to help the old lady across the road so she doesn't get hit.
Right.
I mean, if you can reduce things down into an algorithm, then...
Oh, you've said that word too many times. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Well, it's true. Common sense is all based upon making some sort of a decision. And if you can break it down...
What does having rhythm have to do with it?
No. An algorithm, if you basically make a mathematical formula for it...
I didn't know
about how to determine which decision is the best given a current situation. Right. If you can teach a computer how to do that, while it may not be totally self-aware, it would have enough to sort of start moving forward.
Sort of like chaos theory and I've read about people who are trying to map out the path that birds take in swarms based on algorithms and stuff like that. I mean,
right.
It is theoretically possible. I don't know if anyone's done it.
This is driving me crazy. I can't handle it. It's too smart for me.
And the government all the time is like the DARPA challenge. Every summer they have programmers from all over the world that try to make autonomous robots that can navigate the desert independently by themselves.
That's true.
Yeah. They say get from here to here and you figure out how to do it.
But that still implies that at some point those desert robots need to turn on their masters and come back with dead animal pelts and start scalping people.
Plus, it's people giving them the point A and point B.
Right,
it's like my big track toy in the 80s.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I don't necessarily buy the natural computer evolution. I buy that somebody could do something crazy at some point and try to develop something, but the idea of the computer getting its own evolution, almost Darwinistic way, I'm not sure I buy that.
Yeah, but think about even the things. I mean, it only takes like one person to come along.
Like Hitler?
Well, not Hitler, but in this case, like an Einstein.
Okay.
Think about all the things that Einstein came up with that prior to that nobody had even thought of.
That's true.
I mean, let alone come up with an actual formula on how it comes to be. He actually thought of it first, and then made it a reality, or at least came up with the theories that proved him right.
Right now, I don't know if you guys have ever heard this. I don't know what, but I've heard that not the technology, but the knowledge in the world doubled sometime in the 80s, I believe. That the amount of information that we have known or found out.
Right, in the knowledge container they keep in Portland, Oregon.
You lost everybody with our knowledge doubled in the 80s.
Thank you, Shane. Well, I know what you're getting at.
Right, and it's continuing to double, and now I think by 2012, 2020, something like that, it should be doubling every 6 months.
We are, well, and it's the information age that brought us advances, that we see all the time, like BigSausagePizza.com and stuff like that. Thank you, Shane. Well
Big
done.
Sausage Pizza Delivery.
And I'm actually, I think out of all of this, the thing that shocks me the most is that this isn't something that Zane frets about. Because you fret about everything that's completely nonsensical.
Yeah, you're afraid of aliens attacking and you having to just stand up with your giant fist and punching them back
I've never
out
said
of
that. I've said I've dreamed about that, having fun dreams of me beating back bad guys. I have never once said I'm afraid aliens
I don't mean
are
like
attack.
afraid, but I mean just...
Or fretted. Whatever you said.
I just have concern for a lot of things. Yeah, death.
Death is it. It's all centered around death. It's not about... your fantasy of Shazam coming and beating us all up. Whatever it is you said.
The great robot debate, it still rages on every single day. Well, not every single day, but every single time it comes up. That and the flying car debate. I don't think that there will ever be resolution for either of those. Coming up in the next segment here on the Best of the Free Beer and Hot Wings show, Zane came in one morning. This was just after he had...
Check out the show on Facebook and Twitter. Do it at freebeerandhotwings.com.
It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings show, as the man said. Freebeerandhotwings.com is the website. Try to post something up on the website for every segment that we talk about on the show, whether it's a link or a video, web poll, something like that. Freebeerandhotwings.com if you want to get caught up. This segment right here, Zane had pretty recently joined the Knights of Columbus, and that decision was mocked. Of course.
We're talking about the stunt for Joe, and I think we talked about this off the air, about with me and my affiliation with the Knights of Columbus. Mm-hmm. And
I really like this
At
idea.
every meeting, there is
like a sergeant at arms or something?
There is. There's a guard outside of the chamber.
His job is to protect at all times the Grand Dragon.
Well, he's outside of the chamber, and he literally told, "Don't let anybody in." Mm-hmm. Now, in there, I can't tell you what goes on in there, but outside of the chamber, I can tell you that there's there's a guard that's not orgies. Please, come on, you make this difficult. When I'm trying to describe this stuff to you, I see these people all the time, and you're making these
better or worse than orgies?
These under your You're making these under-your-breath comments.
That was out loud. I'm asking a serious question.
And then it turns into this.
Better than orgies?
Yeah.
Worse than orgies?
No, it is very...
The same as orgies?
I mean, it's got to be one of the three. Yeah. Better, worse, or the same.
You make me so mad. You make me so unbelievably angry.
Even worse than when the sergeant at arms lets someone into orgy time?
I don't want to discuss it anymore. You know what? No. I was going to go somewhere with this, but I can't.
I will not bring up the orgies again.
No. Okay. Good. Joe would go and try to infiltrate the meeting, and he's not allowed to do that because the guy outside of the door will stop him. Mm-hmm. And so Joe, if he has a laminated card that says he's on the God Squad or something, he's not a knight. They would not allow him in.
Right.
And he's not Catholic, so it's double bad.
What if we had him wear a suit of armor as proof that he's a Knight of Columbus?
Sneaking around the corner. He's got an Ohio State Buckeyes logo on the front of his armor.
He has a picture of the Santa Maria.
It says so. So, now, you wouldn't be able to do it at my council. I don't want you going anywhere near my council, but I know of several others, and I know what their meetings are, so I don't care if you bust in on their council.
I don't care what it is. We need to find a stunt where you have to wear a suit of armor.
Yeah, we need a suit of armor.
Joe, you're back. Do you know what we're talking about?
Not one bit.
You trying to infiltrate a Knights of Columbus meeting that you would be detained from. They would actually physically hold you back if you try to...
I thought you said they can't touch you.
No, I'm saying if you try to get into the meetings, they're going to hold you back.
They'll run interference. They'll just stand in your way.
They'll just club you.
They'll beat you with Bibles.
That's going to be great.
That's the underside that most people don't talk about.
Yeah, they don't talk about that.
Tough, man. Those Knights are tough, strong like bull.
Yeah.
Only takes a couple nights to hold a man down.
Here's what Hot Wings
why would you
thinks.
do that? Just saying they're strong.
Hot Wings. What Hot Wings thinks.
Awful picture you paint. I'm very uncomfortable with that.
Free beer, Zane, and listeners.
God. Note to self, never bring up Knights of Columbus again for fear of
getting a pillow jammed in your mouth.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We have gay sex. That's what we do.
You do?
I was kidding.
My God.
That's a bad mix.
We were just trying to make you feel stupid.
I hate it. I hate it when these worlds collide like this. This is a bad mix.
No idea.
I don't like this. I see these people in mass and they look at me funny.
In masks? Is that what you just said?
At mass. At mass.
In mass.
It's getting worse.
Does that mean like in a big group?
Just read the commentary. Please, just focus.
I don't want to.
I don't make me. Make me.
Yeah. Get your sergeant at arms over here and make me do it.
No. I'm defeated.
Did you ever get plundered so hard feathers came out of your ears?
You know, from your chapeau.
Silly. It's just a silly ass show.
That's what Christopher Columbus wore.
Don't look at me. What do you want me to say? I'm just getting a beating here. Jesus.
Is that what you said at the last meeting?
Oh, come on now. That's awful.
Giving it.
Yeah.
You guys, man, cut it out. No, seriously. Not funny. Stop laughing.
It was funny that time when we had that party when you got your lube ribbon for it.
What are you talking about?
Didn't even know they had such a thing before that.
There's
Stop laughing!
social service, lube.
All right.
What are the other ribbons you can get? Participant?
Mm-hmm. Hide the Tootsie Roll.
Oh, come on, guys. Jeez. What, Joe? No. This is Joe indicated to me. I don't know what this is, but he wants me to play this. He says that this is what we sing.
Now they're having gay sex.
Oh, no, come on.
Cowboy gay sex.
Come on, guys.
Sodomy. Come on, everybody. Sodomy.
Stop playing.
Sodomy. Sodomy.
Peter Griffin is a Knight of Columbus.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I just want to skip your commentary.
Yeah, you might as well.
Pretty much.
Just screw it. Just screw it.
Yeah.
Do it later if we're desperate.
But keep mocking.
Oh, damn it. I thought I had an out.
Yep.
Thanks, Joe.
You missed it. It's on the internet.
That probably felt similar to the time you shook your arm free when they were holding you back.
You're effing him like a Thanksgiving turkey.
What an odd comparison for Dr. Phil to make.
Yeah.
What was he talking about that made that okay? Apparently at Dr. Phil's house, you F Thanksgiving turkey.
It's going to be an old-fashioned father-son beat-off.
Did Jimmy join too?
Your gayness is what defines you.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be a funny Knights of Columbus stunt when the time comes.
Glad I brought that up.
Eric Zane's affiliation with the Knights of Columbus mocked here on the Best of the Free Beer and Hot Wings show. Freebeerandhotwings.com if you want to go there, sign up to be a VIP member. You get a lot of VIP-only content, including the podcast on a daily basis, the show meeting videos, and lots of other VIP-only stuff like VIP show videos and everything. It's all right there at freebeerandhotwings.com if you want to check that out. We would definitely appreciate it.
Hello?
Hi, is this Pat?
Yes.
Hi, Pat. Pat Nipple?
It's Nipple, yes.
This is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
We were calling about your license plate and how unfair it is that you're not allowed to keep that.
Oh, I got it back.
You did? Way to go, Mrs. Nipple.
Nipple.
Right, that's what I said.
You didn't, but anyhow.
Sorry.
Now, back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Well, Mrs. Nipple, we can't thank you enough for the time.
I think this is a crazy call.
What?
is the Free Beer and Hot Wings show. The Mrs. Neipel call. Somebody had requested that for a best of segment, and I do want to play that. I just haven't been able to track it down yet. I know it's here somewhere. So hopefully I'll find that and get it on in the next couple days before the guys come back on Monday. Later on this hour on the best of show, somebody that everyone is going to hate as soon as they hear the audio of this guy, this little preacher named Lil Markey. We'll play that segment coming up later on at the end of the hour. But this segment right here, we had people calling in, telling us the secrets that they were keeping specifically from their significant others.
So I don't know if we're going to get anyone for this. I hope we do, because it has great potential. The secrets you're holding out on from your significant other that you may be in a new relationship. Maybe you've been in there the longest. I'm curious who's holding the biggest secret for the longest time, because some people will take that stuff to their grave. Never tell the significant other.
The anonymity is key. Your voice will be disguised on our harmonizer that we have that disguises your voice. Right. We won't say where you're from. We won't say your real name. You are nameless and faceless to us. The only thing that can be revealed is through the context that you tell it, so you may want to change some of the particulars to keep your anonymity secure.
1-800-947-3979. That's the phone number.
So you're riding around right now and you're thinking to yourself, I killed somebody.
Wow,
and no one knows it. Or, whatever you want to say.
It could be you're turned on by dressing like a woman. And you're a dude, but you don't know when you want to tell her that because you don't know if she'll be comfortable with that.
Right.
Or whatever it might be. This magazine, I don't remember which one I tore this out of, but they put together a list of things. And it says, like, it could be as simple as maybe you have a boatload of credit card debt that you haven't told them yet. Or maybe some sort of VD. Ooh. Something you're worried could be the relationship deal breaker.
VD.
So when do you drop it? I have a related story, by the way, about...
You got VD?
Yeah. You're going to talk about your VD?
Talk about your gonorrhea.
Well, listen to this.
Yeah. How's the
chlamydia? Hurry up, Drippy.
How's the ooze?
Wow. Oral herpes.
Do you climax too quickly?
Freebird, did you hear that, Joe? Freebird said he climaxes too quickly.
And has a VD.
Do you climax too quickly?
Actually, yes. That is a fact. But oral herpes is up 230% on college campuses. And they believe it's because of beer pong.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's what they're saying. I just read that this morning. I thought that was something.
All right.
Just a side note. That's your oral
Do you
herpes.
climax too quickly?
Update. So this website, this article rather, puts together a list of some information. It says, don't reveal too much information too soon or too late. These are huge. Duh. No kidding. Don't say it on the first date. Don't wait till you're married. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in everything should be laid out well, right when it's getting hot.
I would say about the time you decide you're dating exclusively, during that conversation, it's probably your duty to come clean on anything that might be out there.
Yeah, when you know the other person is actually serious and likes you, then you should probably let them know things.
Yeah. 1-800-947-3979. What are you hiding? What are you waiting to tell? Maybe we'll have some great advice for you on when you should do it. I doubt it. But maybe. This is Jimbo. Hi, Jimbo.
Hey, what's up?
Do you climax too quickly?
Sometimes.
Jimbo, what are you hiding?
My wife has no idea. For about 3 or 4 years, I've been smoking marijuana behind her back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Sweet.
That's a big one. Yeah, that's a pretty big one.
It used to be a habit that I took from high school, and it became a real problem, so I told her I quit. And then I just started doing it without her knowing.
So did you quit? You quit for a little while?
Yeah.
What about the smell? Because it's usually pretty...
Yeah, it's got that... I mean, it's got a very particular smell.
It's usually... I don't partake unless it's 3 or 4 hours until I'll see her.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's been close, and she said, "You smell like marijuana."
Oh, she so knows it.
Or something.
Yeah, dude, she knows.
Just make up an excuse.
She probably doesn't want to admit it to herself.
Yeah. Then it gets all awkward because you've been lying to her. You gotta come clean and say, "Look, hey, you know what? I love you and everything, but I love getting high, and you should just chill."
You have no interest in quitting?
I have an interest in maybe not doing it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's nice to go fishing and, you know, kind of kick back with a spliff every once in a while.
Yeah, big bomb.
Do you get high every day?
No.
No. Do you have children?
Not even like every 2 weeks, just, you know.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought you were going to say.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is no biggie.
You're not telling her for health reasons, because if she knew, you'd probably do it more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually, it's beneficial.
Yeah, you know what? This is a good thing. Then I guess don't tell her.
Jimbo, would this be a deal breaker for her?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
She'd get all... Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. It's been a real
Oh.
problem.
When you say it was a problem before, did you, like, lose work because of it, or...?
No, it was a problem between her and I.
Yeah.
That's it. It didn't cause you any harm.
It just
or
really,
anybody else.
just really bugs her.
No, when I was in high school, I used to spend some stupid money on it, but but now it's like I don't make enough to even, like, I just, you know, have friends get it for me.
Are you over 25 or under 25?
I am a little under 25.
Okay. Just curious. All right. Thank you, Jimbo.
From now on, Freeber cannot ask any more questions that may lead to anything that might incriminate him.
That's a fair question. That's a big range.
I know, but I'm just saying. I just don't want him to incriminate himself and feel pressure to answer you and somehow get in trouble.
I just wanted to know how long it had been since they got out of school. You know, this has been like 15 years or 3.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big deal, but I can't believe that she would just, it's over. Could you smoke some conj?
There is a couple, there's a lot of big ones on hold, but there is one that,
the real
I think it's
kick
been,
in the ass.
I think it's been, just looking at what's on the screen, it's been too long, and if you tell now, that is a deal breaker. Over.
Okay, well, I can't wait to hear it.
Because you know how it is?
I hear that.
There are some secrets that are so big that if you tell them right away, they're awful, but if you wait on them, then they get more awful because the person would feel like you've been lying to them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So we will get to that one. Let's go to this is and everybody's named Jimbo, so this is very confusing. Hello, Jimbo.
How you doing?
Very good.
Yeah, my secret is I've been married for 2 years with my wife, but I've never had sex with a white chick, and I desperately want to.
Okay, so are you trying to pursue that?
I am trying to pursue it, but at the same time, I'm not, because I don't want to cheat on my wife, but it's tempting, man.
You're very conflicted.
You can't help it.
Yeah, you should have gotten that out of the way.
There's a curiosity, so if opportunity presented itself, you would have trouble.
I would have trouble. I'd probably be weak.
Oh, man. Yes, you wouldn't like hearing that, that's for sure.
Yeah. So you're not going to rule out that this is going to happen or not going to happen, right?
I can't rule that out, man.
Oh, man, you are giving yourself permission to cheat. You got to say no way.
I've been saying no way. I mean, I try to bite my tongue, but when I see someone walking around with that little bubble butt and that little thong showing, sometimes I have to say, hey.
You want yourself a white chick? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's right. You can't. No, you can't say that.
But I do like him saying he wants to combine chocolate and vanilla.
Yeah,
I know.
That was the Ray Nagin of sex talk.
Yeah, it was. He wants to make chocolate. Yeah, he wants to create a milk chocolate city. He does. Well, you can't blame the guy.
Do you know anything about chocolate?
I agree. You see that a nice little butt and a little peak of thong. Yeah. Everybody looks at that.
You take dark chocolate.
You ever see that in porno? Black, white? It's an awesome contrast.
Mm-hmm. You mix it with white milk, and it becomes a delicious drink.
Awesome contrast.
It does help differentiate the two partners.
Especially if you got like a Kenyan and a redhead. It's crazy.
Yeah.
As Michael Savage would say, that would be the two ends of the color spectrum. What are you going to do? Have a blind spectrum?
What the hell?
Yeah. 1-800-947-397. Oh, man. One of the ones I really wanted to get to hung up.
No more hanging up, you bastards.
Yeah,
Just hang on. That's it.
My wife doesn't know that I beat the S out of her brother. That's a good one.
I beat her brother up.
That's a good one, man.
Yeah, that is good.
Odds are she probably saw him,
Mm-hmm.
What happened? I fell down and broke both my face and my arms.
Broke both my face, you say?
Both my face and my arms.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I thought we had a failure report entry for a second.
It was about to be, but I added my arms to make it okay.
Added.
Thank you for admitting
clearly
it. I thought so.
There.
It was a failure.
I broke both my face
and my arms, which kind of adds up, but not really. I'm entering it. I'm entering it in the report.
Yeah, you just cut out the arms part. Then it'll be the failure it was supposed to be.
We knew what you meant.
You can't edit it to make it a failure.
We can do what we want.
No,
we'll edit your failure.
No.
You are a failure.
No. You know that was a failure waiting to happen, and your brain went, that sentence isn't over.
If I catch it, it's fine.
Sentence isn't over
that's
and
under
out
protest.
radar.
Under protest.
You go ahead and protest, and we'll air it. You protest, we'll broadcast.
We know what you meant, and you know what you meant.
Delay.
No,
you know what you meant.
And then I'm gonna
no cheating.
Go to break early.
Yep.
Not our fault. You suck.
1-800-947-3979. You can. God, these are so good. No one can hang up. All right, there are two big ones on hold. We're going to take the big one. We're going to get to all of them. We're going to get to one of them now, and then I'm going to ask the other one to hold for the next segment because there are so many calls.
You've got to hold on. These are great.
Kurt Busch, would you make sure line 5 is willing to hold through the break?
Please.
You say no, they will not?
No. He's at work.
Okay. Ask him if we can get his number.
What about the other one?
Will you ask line 3 if they will hold through the break?
Yeah, I like
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sounds real funny.
As long as we can do one.
I like drinking.
All right. This is Jimbo. Hi, Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Hello.
Do you climax too quickly?
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jimbo.
Is that me?
Yes, that is you. You are you.
That's true. Yeah, it is confusing for people. But
My fiance doesn't know that I like to have anonymous sex with random dudes.
Okay.
That is a big one. Are you?
All right. How long have you been doing this?
Are you going to tell her you go the way of McGreevy?
No, she doesn't know I like the McGreevy gravy.
Okay.
Are you going... why are you marrying her?
Well, kind of like a drug addiction, you might say. Just something I'm just trying to kick the habit.
You're trying to kick the dude habit, you say?
Yeah.
I so don't believe you.
No,
I think it sounds like a fable to me.
As soon as you say McGreevy gravy, that makes me think that
I don't believe it.
I'm sorry, man. It might be true, but you just don't sound.
Yeah, you don't have enough.
You don't sound honest
enough.
enough. I just said you don't sound lispy
enough. Well, that could be the harmonizer. It's anti-lisp.
All gay people have to talk with a lisp. You say.
Yes.
Tell us more about this stereotype.
Hey, not gay. Bye. Big difference.
Okay, so you're saying you're bisexual?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That adds a little more credibility to it.
So I still don't believe him.
So you're not going to tell her?
No, because I'm going to stop.
I don't think you will. That's hard to turn that off. Because, the thing is, though, you can be bisexual and faithful in your marriage. That happens all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just a bigger field of temptation that you're playing with.
That's true.
I'm heterosexual, and I see women that I find attractive, but I don't go have sex with them.
Yeah,
right?
all it means is that though both sexes appeal to you, but you would still have faith to whomever you're married to.
But Jimbo is cheating on her now while they're together.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
don't get married. Screw that. Go nail some dudes and be done with it.
Yeah, act like it's the 70s and go to town.
You don't love her. Just get her out of there and just, break it off now. It'll be painful for a little bit, and then go have a romp with a dude one week and a chick the next, and all three, and then be all crazy.
Less painful for her now than after 4 years of marriage and a child.
Yeah. Are you a pitcher or catcher?
Oh, come on, man. That's kind of personal.
What do you mean? You're talking on the radio about you're having sex with anonymous dudes.
I don't want to know.
Come on, Roger Clemens, Pudge Rodriguez.
One of the both.
Yeah. Thank you, Jimbo.
Which Brokeback guy are you? You Gyllenhaal or Ledger?
I believe him now. I think I believe him. Do you believe him now?
No, I still don't believe him.
I'm 50-50.
Okay.
A lot of people called in for that segment. So much, in fact, that there's a part 2 to that segment. Part 2 of secrets you're keeping from your significant.
Now, back to the Free Beer and Hot Wing Show.
Best of show today. Before the break, we played part 1 of secrets that you're keeping from your significant other. A lot of great calls, especially in this segment here. Here's part 2 of it.
Normally we would save the biggest one for later, but this one has been on hold a while. It's got to happen. Let us welcome Jane Bo. Hello, Jane Bo.
Hello.
You are on the Harmonizer.
All right.
Yep, you sound like an unattractive dude now.
Because that's what it does to women's voices.
Yep.
Hi, Jane Bo.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me set the background here. My husband and I are swingers, and the one person he told me that I couldn't have, I went ahead and did what I had to do with, and ended up pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Wow. You're pregnant right now, or you had the baby?
Actually, I had an abortion.
Oh, good God.
So he doesn't know any of that?
Nope. There's only 2 people who know.
God, all this talk about abortions is making me super wet.
Two people who knew.
And that would be you and the other person?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Is this person still in your life? Like, do you and your husband run into this person from time to time?
Oh, yeah, we hang out quite often.
Man.
What an abortion.
I can't imagine that one. I mean, you can't tell your husband.
No, lock it away. It's gone.
Oh, it's gone.
That'd be a deal breaker.
Yikes. Yeah. Oh, a deal breaker. It'd be a homicide is what it'd be.
Do you look back on when it happened and say, God, what were you thinking? I mean, the fact that, here you have this open relationship.
Yeah.
Which is hard for me to wrap my mind around anyway, just because it's not what I do, but then they put the boundary on of never that person, and was it them saying never that person that made you immediately seek that person out?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Why was it never that guy? What was the background behind it could never be so-and-so?
Just he doesn't like him.
Oh, okay. So how was he? Was he good?
A little too short.
How long ago was this? Did you already say?
You mean in time or length?
Time.
Okay.
How long ago was this?
2 months.
2 months ago?
Yep.
Wow, man.
Oh,
yuck.
Yeah.
What a disaster.
Got to be locked away. Jane, thank you for sharing.
Man,
all right.
That certainly falls into show code.
Man, I can't imagine that.
If I'm driving to work today and I'm a dude and I'm a swinger.
That's the thing. She had a lot of details in the story that.
Now we don't know what state, and we're specifically having Kurt Busch is doing the screening, is not putting on what state they're calling from. So you got to remember it could be
anywhere
numerous
from
states,
New England and down to the south.
Yeah,
it's shocking how many swingers there are in the world. Because I can't fathom that in any way. I can't imagine me and my wife going somewhere and going, okay, that's cool. You go get it put to you by that other guy, and I'll just do his wife, and it'll be cool.
Absolutely not.
I'm okay with me doing other people, but not her.
Yeah,
that's not acceptable.
I agree with Hot Wings. I'm the same way.
I can't imagine that. I could never get over that. I'd have to kill myself, or at least we'd have to break up, and I could never see her again because I just couldn't handle it.
1-800-947-3979. You can email freebeerandhotwings@hotmail.com. Hello, Jimbo.
Hey.
All right, Jimbo, that's
Hello?
you. It's you.
Yeah, man. That's you.
What is your secret that you're holding out on?
Check this out, man. Well, my buddy, he had to get off the phone because he couldn't wait no longer. But listen to this story, right?
Wait a minute. So you're telling
so
your
you're not the
friend's
guy
story?
who called?
Huh?
You're telling your friend's story?
No. So my friend had to go back to work, so he gave me the phone. He said, "Here, you tell a story because I got to go back to work."
Right, that's what we said.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're telling the story on behalf of the guy that called.
Does anyone else not trust this at this point?
I'm telling a story that is my story. Because the guy who called, he left.
So you have your own story to tell.
Yes, I have my own story. Yeah.
Okay.
What is your? All right.
Check. My story is different.
Okay. Now we're on the same page. All right.
All right. Check this out.
Yeah.
All right. I started dating this girl, and I went to a Christmas party. I was with her for about 6 months, right? I went to a Christmas party. I haven't met her parents yet, and I went to this Christmas party to meet all of her family, and coming out the other room was her mother.
Yeah.
Now, about 6 months before, I slept with her mother, and I didn't know that this was this girl's mom.
Wow. So you see her, And you're.
Yep. Okay, we're sitting in the living room, right? And we're all getting ready for my language. Lady comes in with coffee, and she's like, she looks at me. I look at her. I'm like, oh. So I turn back to my girl, and so we let the day, progress with nothing said. And then later, when she's out, my girl was out with her father. I was sitting there talking to her mother, and that's the same chick that I was with 6 months ago. And now I can't go to this house no more, without being awkward.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't know what to do with her then.
I would probably not go there anymore. Thank you, Jimbo.
Yeah, I would.
I don't think I've heard this story. It might be true. I can't say for sure.
No, it might be. I don't.
There are some calls where
This man is lying his head off.
And I know you guys have the same feeling where as soon as he said, my buddy put me on the phone, what I'm thinking in my mind is, you changed your mind on the first story, so you made up this new one.
Liar, whore, and you know it.
But I don't want to just hang up on people because I don't want to be that guy, that show.
Mm-hmm.
But it
does change the dynamic.
Probably should have followed our instincts.
Listen to this email. This one, I believe, is true. And it's shocking.
It's always something when they email because it's
even more anonymous.
This is from a woman whose name I almost accidentally said. It says, "Good morning, guys. Good morning. I faked being pregnant and having a miscarriage to get my now husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, back. That was 5 years ago. We've been married for 4. So they broke up, and in order to get him back, she said, oh, I'm pregnant."
Wow.
Man. Whoa. I'll bet that happens a lot, too. I mean, not a lot, but I'll bet it's not that uncommon for a woman to pull that card out. Because guys we just believe that stuff, because that's such a serious thing. No one would think you'd be making that up.
Yeah. And a similar one, I know.
I'm surprised he didn't say, yeah, okay, wow, all right, well, let's go to the doctor and then go with her and determine. That's the first thing I would do.
But that's because you're older and wiser. But if it's like a 21, 22-year-old, you'd just be, holy cow, and you'd probably be scared, and then you'd get back together, and then just, oh, boy, I went to the doctor today, I lost the baby, and that'd be that, But I mean, I guess it doesn't entirely surprise me. I know I know one of the girls that I dated tried to get pregnant. She went off birth control when we were dating because she was trying to get pregnant, so I'd stay with her. Mm-hmm. Little did she know I was shooting. Very little.
Yeah, I know.
But thank God, because hell, man, I mean, you can't do that to people.
I know one of my sisters, her best friend growing up, specifically lied about being on the pill to get pregnant to seal the marriage deal.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's what that girl did. It's exactly the same thing, except that I couldn't do it, so.
Jane Bo. Hello, Jane Bo.
Hi.
Hi, Jane Bo.
Yeah.
What happened with you?
My husband doesn't know that my brother-in-law, who they're really good friends. I mean, they get along really well. My sister's husband.
Okay.
Doesn't know that my brother-in-law took advantage of me on a very drunken night not too long ago.
Took advantage of you, or were you like active in the process?
I was passed out.
Oh.
I woke up in the middle of it.
You mean you were raped? You were raped?
Yeah, basically.
Does your sister know that?
No.
So your sister and your husband don't know that.
Oh. Yeah. And you woke up and were aware enough to realize what was happening enough to you for this memory to stay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry that happened to you.
It's awful. Have you considered, I mean, you're probably wavering between, because you should have said something. He should be prosecuted, frankly. But you don't want to tear your family.
Yeah, but if he does that to you, he's probably doing that to other women.
Wait a second. How long ago did this happen?
About 2 months ago.
For God's sake. You don't want your sister to be with a rapist, do you?
No. You talk to somebody, you get some assistance and take care of that. This needs to be taken care of.
Yeah, that's not right.
I feel very badly for you.
Dudes can't get away with that crap.
So you see him regularly?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should think about that.
He likes to buy our child lots of outlandish gifts and
guilt gifts.
Yuck! I'm mortified for you.
Oh my goodness! oh boy, I don't even know what to say. That is, you're in a terrible spot. But I think your family would have to understand if you,
that's.
I mean, your husband would want to kill him.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
and if I were on that jury, I would find him not guilty by reason of appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Jane Bow, I appreciate it.
Yeah, good luck with that one. Wow.
Yeah, hope you feel better.
That one, though, I think that has to be the last one. There are other ones there.
Never mind.
That shocked the F out of me. I did not. I mean, I saw what it said on the screen and what it said matched, but I didn't realize the extent.
This is awkward.
That is not cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
You want your sister with somebody like that? You
Yeah.
want anybody with somebody like that.
That's for sure.
Kind of a bummer ending to the secrets you're keeping from your significant other segment, but now here to make you laugh in the next segment, Lil Marky the Preacher. You will absolutely hate this little thing.
Check out the show on Facebook and Twitter. Do it at freebeerandhotwings.com.
It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings show. Freebeerandhotwings.com is the website. Steve at freebeerandhotwings.com. Just send me an email. Some more emails now that people are actually back to work. I swear it took me half the morning yesterday to realize that, everything is closed today. That's why no emails are coming in. So I appreciate the emails that I am getting, and I'm doing my best to track down the segments that people are requesting. I'm not sure if somebody requested this or not. I honestly don't remember, but it's some talk about this preacher named Lil Marky.
So we need to play this audio of this preacher. Hot Wings, do you think we should let the first part just play so that there's the same 90 seconds or so of him singing his regular song? So that it has the same shock when it changes over?
Yeah, I think that's fine. It'll really build up the hatred that way, too.
Joe, this guy is a preacher in Miami named Mark Fox. And is that right?
I don't know.
I think that's what it says at the beginning of the video.
I know he's creepy.
He does a character apparently referred to as Lil Marky. That would be Mark when he was a child, and he decides to sing a duet here, and this is something.
More fearfully than wonderfully.
Oh, it's rough audio.
But the fact is, we've been made by God in His love and in His image. And Little Marky and I will sing a very special song.
Kind of a mullet.
Fearfully, wonderfully made.
See, now at this point, I think eventually some kid's going to come out. Like I actually didn't know.
All my days you planned for me, and I'll always be a sacrifice of praise.
Pause.
Should be noted that he looks somewhat like Jiminy Glick with a curly Kirk Cameron mullet.
He is.
Yeah, and he's pear-shaped.
Yeah, he is. He's awful to look at. He has a horrible body. He has khaki pants that go up to his nipples. He's got a yellow polo shirt under a yellow sweatshirt. It couldn't be a worse look.
Would you guess that this video is from the early 90s?
Yeah, I would say so. Hokey-looking church, poorly decorated.
It does. It looks like the set of a porno on the altar.
I bet it's from last weekend. I bet it looks like this right now.
That's
Hokey karaoke bed underneath him.
The era.
Jesus is barfing when he hears it.
He's very disappointed. The era says early 90s, but there's no guarantee.
Yeah. You know, Jesus is up there going, get some style. All right, praise. Okay, I get it. Praise, that's cool. I'm with that. But for crying out loud, you're the most unhip person ever. Jeez. I made you in my image, not to be a filthy slob.
Yeah.
Take care of the temple.
Wonderfully made. When I was made in secret, you saw me yet unborn. You planned my days long before I knew
Good build-up.
them. You hear and understand me.
Sorry about the audio.
You know my every thought.
Scratchy.
Your skillful hand has made me who I am. I will praise
Okay, it's getting close.
Yeah.
After the chorus.
He's got this crappy music bed, but there's a nice pipe organ right behind him.
By the way, if what he's singing is true, then he and I do not worship the same God. Because my God would not have made him that way. I am quite certain of that.
Okay, here we go. Made.
When I was made in secret, you saw me at a four.
Same person.
You planned my days long before I knew them. You hear and understand me. You know my every thought. Your
creepy.
skillful hand has made me who I am. I will praise.
sociopath, clearly.
Oh, he is so eaten face.
Yeah, he goes in and out of... It'd be bad enough if he had like a puppet. But he doesn't. He's just standing there, and all of a sudden he just goes into kid voice, and he's still singing, and he's still got his crazy, stupid mullet, and his yellow sweatshirt, and his high-water pants, and his doughy body.
See if he switches back.
Fearfully and wonderfully made.
I will praise you, bright and fearfully made. All my days you have planned for me.
God, I want to punch him in the stomach so bad.
Yeah, he needs a hate crime is what he needs.
Yeah, he does. He actually does. Yeah.
I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
Fudgepacker. I can't believe people are clapping.
What are they clapping for?
Because it's over. Yeah.
These filthy devil
would
worshippers.
Never go back to that church.
Oh, yeah.
Those people are brainwashed. I can guarantee if you watch...
people are brainwashed.
Well, they have to be.
Letting them have it.
They have to be brainwashed. Did you hear that?
Church.
What would
That's
you
an
do?
effing dime store.
If you were at your church, what would you do if some guy did that?
I would never go back.
Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me? And you know that guy's... he's such a wiener, too. You know, he drives like a Volkswagen New Beetle, and there's like daisies painted on the doors, and it says, Jesus. You know?
Imagine if at Hot Wings' wedding, Zane read a passage. Imagine if Zane walked stoically to the microphone and then said, instead of me reading this, I'm going to have my son Jim. Except no son came up, and then he went,
Ephesians chapter 13, verses 4 and 5.
Started doing
Hey there, I'm here with little Jimmy.
Now, as we speak,
I'd hit you with a Bible.
Joe has been hardworking, and Joe, could you tell me what you've unearthed, and then we'll go to it.
It's more little Marky. It's a little more serious.
What he does?
It's a little more serious.
So he's got a history.
This is going to be awful. Dewey doesn't want. Dewey, do you think we should not do this?
Do not watch it. I just got the goosebumps from what I just saw.
Oh
my God, it's so creepy.
Is it because of the content, or?
No, it's definitely because of a picture that's used, but the content is...
Well,
is he using that voice?
It's the diary of an unborn child.
I'm going to say play it.
This thing actually has a wiki page.
Lil Marky?
This diary of an unborn child.
This is going to go to abortion talk pretty quickly.
I don't think it should go to any kind of talk
make me super
except
wet.
creepy Lil Marky talk.
Okay. So if I don't see the picture, I'm better off, Dewey?
No, you should definitely see the picture.
I'm not going to see the picture.
I want all of you guys to make the noise that he did.
God, all this talk about abortion is making me super wet.
Yeah. That's not going to help.
All right. Let's see this thing.
What an abortion.
All right, here we go. Lil Marky, diary of an unborn
October
child.
2nd. Today, my life began.
Oh.
My parents do not know it yet.
Oh, no.
I am as small as the pollen of a flower, but it is I already. I will be a boy. I will have blonde hair and blue eyes. Nearly everything is settled already. October 19th. I have grown a little, but I am still too small to do anything by myself. My mother does everything for me, although she still does not know that she is doing it.
Now, Joe is demanding that I watch this, and I refuse, because at some point it's going to be some...
It's not going to show a dead baby or something, is it?
No.
Okay.
All right. No,
it doesn't?
No, it's not.
I thought that's what it was.
Well, it may at the end. I don't know.
Well,
I got about halfway through.
Well, give me a... So, you said there's a picture on this... Obviously, the audience can't see this, but you guys are both freaking out in there. Give me some background, anything. I'm actually...
Right after the Obama picture.
Obama?
Oh.
Yeah, didn't you see Obama there holding the...
holding a baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 or 4 after that.
It's not gross, is it?
No, it's creepy.
Dewey is legit.
There's
My
Obama
mother does
holding the
everything
baby.
for me, although she still does not know that she is carrying me under her heart. But I am a real person, just as a crumb of bread is still here.
Oh, clown face baby. Evil clown face baby.
That's the devil.
Oh, my God.
No, I don't want to see it anymore.
God.
Oh, no.
You gotta post it. You have to.
That is awful.
Oh, boy. All right, what it is
Oh, my gosh.
This is obviously a piece about pro-life by this crazy voice guy. And to get his message, he's showing accompanying stills of babies, obviously.
Mm-hmm. They're supposed to be cute.
And one of the stills is believe it or not, a publicity. Well, I won't say anything more than it's just a picture of a baby with clown makeup on, and it's terribly disturbing.
Yeah, it's awful. The baby is completely powder white all over.
Yeah,
and has the requisite red nose. No, I won't. The red nose and the red hair and the whole clown thing. And that is
you got to see it.
Wow, that.
Dewey Cox. If we found out that you did that with your baby, I would do everything within my power to get your children taken away from you.
And I would let you.
I'd have a hit put on you.
Yeah, I would too.
You animal. Whoever did that.
Although, to me, the photo of the clown baby is still not as bad as the voice of Little Marky.
Oh, awful.
The predatory preacher.
And I just went through the whole thing, and there are no bad pictures pertaining to abortion. This is obviously him just trying to get his message out, but clearly there is a deficient problem with this Lil Marky. Mm-hmm. God, I hate this thing.
Yeah, I hate that guy. I say right now, that last story we talked about where those guys are in jail because they had sex with a girl who they thought was older, get them out immediately and put him in.
Mm-hmm.
Because clearly, if he hasn't committed a crime, it's just a matter of time.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know what the crime would be, but so far, it seems to me crimes against humanity seems like it would be good. Take that guy to the Hague.
I think so.
I told you would absolutely hate Lil Marky. So, there. You had your warning at the beginning of the segment, so hopefully, I don't want to say you should tune out, but if you did, I completely understand why. Hey, if you go to freebeerandhotwings.com, you could really, really help us out. Do us a favor. Right in the slideshow, there's a link for the AT Children's Project. Zane and I are actually heading down to Florida in just a couple of days for the AT Marathon weekend, going on this Saturday and Sunday. And if you could, it would be great if you could click on that link and donate a couple bucks to anybody that's on that AT Cure team. The link goes right to our actual page on the AT website. So anybody that you click on is running with the Free Beer and Hot Wings team this weekend. So doing a little bit and donating a couple bucks would really, really help us out. It's right in the slideshow at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Free Beer and Hot Wings Show with Free Beer.
It was really great being the only kid who didn't know how to swim, so I could stand fully clothed next to everyone else at swimming parties when we were in high school. Everyone else is top of the field, and I'm standing over by the Doritos going, anybody need a soda?
Oh, my God. You go to pool parties and just stand there?
There in your Coca-Cola sweatshirt?
I would talk to the fat girl who wouldn't take a towel off.
Hey, Cindy, I'll just be over here talking to your mom.
You hear the new one from Biz Marquee?
I would have been more likely to say Randy Travis.
Yeah, and I love to hear the new one from Aaron Tippin.
I really like this Vern Gosden.
So my dad introduced me to this hot new artist, Vern Gosden.
Now, back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
We're back on the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Freebeerandhotwings.com is the website. This hour here, dedicated solely to the wonderful songbird nature of this radio show. A couple of years ago, the guys used to do an American Idol bet. Basically, they would each pick a contestant on American Idol, and then as those contestants got eliminated, the guys would have to sing the song from the show that they got eliminated when they were trying to sing. In this case right here, Zane had to sing the song I'm a Woman.
Last week at this time, as a result of the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show American Idol bet, Hot Wings was singing this.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man. No time to talk. Music loud and women warm. I've been kicked around since I was born, and now it's all right. It's okay.
Hot Wings, sing along with yourself.
No thanks.
Yeah, I'd be like, I think it's some layering. Give us some harmonies.
The New York Times effect
please.
on man. Whether you're a brother, whether you're a mother, you're staying alive, staying alive. Feel the city shaking and everybody shaking. Now staying alive,
here comes.
Staying alive. Ah, 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 ah. Staying alive, staying alive.
Yeah.
Ah, 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 ah.
Comes.
Staying alive.
Come on, baby.
Wasn't ready for that.
That was pretty good.
Took it out of me.
You didn't warm up or anything.
No.
Did you warm up last week? Did you go out in the hallway and kind of screw around?
No.
You know what? The only thing that could be worse is singing a song
that only a woman could sing. Here's some of the lines of this song, I'm a Woman, that I have to sing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Lieber and Stoller wrote this song.
Wrote a lot of stuff for Elvis.
Well, some of the words that I, a man, by definition, has to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now, if you come to me sick... No, I don't want to read that one yet. You know I can get all dressed up, go out swinging with the man, jump in bed at 5, sleep till 6, and start all over again, which doesn't rhyme. Well, now, if you come to me sick, you know I'm going to make you well. And if you come to me all hexed up, you know I'm going to break the spell. And if you come to me hungry, you know I'll feed you full of grits. And if it's lovin' you want, I can kiss you and give you the shivering fits.
Whoa,
wow, that's not what I thought it was going to say.
Careful on that one.
Oh, no.
I thought it was like you were drinking Stroh's or something like that.
No kidding. I can make the grits, and if I don't make them right, it's going to give you the... Oh.
That's what I thought was happening.
I thought it was going to... But shivering fits could certainly end up that way. Good thing you're not singing it, Freebie.
Oh, boy, would I be in trouble.
Yeah, you're right. He would. He would do it, wouldn't he?
Be another file for the fingers and booger nails.
Yeah. What a stupid-ass song.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, the favored singer sings it, and on a day when everybody thought, my singer, by the way, that everybody thought that she was going to make it through on this dumbass show, she fails.
And if you're new to the show, this is how the bet went. We all put a business card into, actually the headphone sack, the headphone bag.
We drew names.
And drew names. And Hot Wings had the first name drawn out, so he chose, with the first selection, Lakeisha, who then was voted out last week. Zane got the second pick and chose Melinda, who was voted out this week. It only stands to reason, Joe, it's you next week. No, it doesn't. That's not how it's going to go.
I think it will be.
Don't get cocky.
No, I really don't believe that. I still think that this is just a cruel way of fate tempting me into thinking that things might work out for me and I won't have another open arms incident.
Well,
but now what's going to happen is she's going to sing like a song in French and some uber douchey song next week, and I'm going to be stuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be bad.
Well, I was when I watched the show. First, No Neck sang Nutbush City Limits, which I said, well, at least it's a song that I know, and some people may know. So if she does get voted out, I'll be able to sing that. And then I said, but she's not going to get voted out. There's no way. And then she followed it up with I'm a Woman, and then I said, uh-oh. Something in the back of my head was gnawing at me. Sure enough, I'm going to end up having to sing that stupid song, I'm a Woman.
That's what happened to me when I heard Stayin' Alive last week. I went, uh-oh.
What's funny is when I heard her do I'm a Woman, I thought it was just so good that's what would,
all of her songs were good, and she's always good, but that was kind of the reason why I didn't pick her with my first pick. Now, I picked completely the wrong other person in Lakeisha because she went first, but I just had that gut feeling like people might not vote for her.
Apparently so.
Well, the music that we have to accompany my big solo adventure here for I'm a Woman is sung by none other than Bette Midler, who I remember her most, the thing that stands out for me is when she was featured on The Simpsons and she picked up that car and threw it.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I'll get you for this, Midler!
Now, of course, the reason he's singing along with someone, Hot Wings had to sing to a karaoke track. We could not locate a karaoke track this morning of the song I'm a Woman, which is really surprising. You'd think that would be one that women would go out and get a little liquor in them and start singing, but that doesn't mean it's available to us.
Yeah, I am surprised by that. It's been done by so many different people, but
you're gonna sing loud and proud, and you'll overpower
I have
Bet.
to. That's my duty. So I'm gonna overpower Bette Midler big time here.
Do you need to hear a little bit of it
I did for about 30 seconds off the air, and that would only make it worse. Well, let me just run through the beginning here just so I can know when to jump in. Bette Midler. It's already wrong.
That's some sweet Hammond. B3
should kick in right here.
I can wash 44 pairs of socks and have them hanging out on the line.
You should be doing that.
I can starch an iron to
She actually has a little soul in that. That's surprising because of how it's Bette Midler.
Well, did you ever see the movie The Rose?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess she's.
Yeah, she can sing. She's just kind of ugly.
So you have the benefit of doing a duet initially. You're gonna
I mean, I think that helps you. It at least distracts you.
Yeah, maybe I should. I'll just sing it with her then, but you'll definitely be able to hear me.
Well, and you'll have the playback. So you're going under the bus one way or another.
Let me know when you're ready. You got all your buttons pushed so that you can get my a cappella version? Acapella version?
I am.
Okay. It's a 2-minute, 28-second song, so this won't be too god-awful long.
It'll seem like it.
Hey, Bet, you ready to sing? Get your man face on the microphone. Well, I can watch out for the... F. I already wrecked it.
Do it again.
I can wash 40 pairs of socks and have them on the line. You know I can start and iron 2 dozen shirts for you can count 1 to 9. I can slip up a great big dipper lard from a drippings can. Do my shopping and be back before it melts in the pan. 'Cause I'm a woman. W-O-M-A-N. I can rub and scrub till this house shouts. She's going too goddamn slow.
Keep going. I didn't get to start over.
I can rub and scrub till this house shines like a dime. Feed the baby, grease the car, powder my nose at the same time. You know, I can get all dressed up, go out swinging with the M-A-N. Jump in bed at 5, sleep till 6, and start all over again. 'Cause I'm a woman. W-O-M-A-N. Yeah! Let me tell you again now. My sick, you know I'm gonna make you well. If you come to me all hexed up, you know I'm gonna brave a spell. If you come to me hungry, you know I'm gonna feed you full of grits. Drink some Strohs night and day, you'll get the big runny fits. 'Cause I'm a woman. W-O-M-A-N, yeah. I'll say it again now. 'Cause I'm a woman. Oh, she said say it again. And I can make a dress out of feeding sack. And I'll make a man out of you, Hot Wings, 'cause I'm a woman. W-O-M-A-N. I'm going to say it one more time with Bette Midler, 'cause I'm a woman.
Oh, boy.
W-O-M-A-N.
That was awful.
Well, you know what my problem was?
Ladies and gentlemen, now I give to you the biggest song of the year performed by the biggest dude
I know.
of the world.
It's a hard...
You should have to do it again and do it sexy like she does.
Yeah, I had to do mine in falsetto.
Well, I swear to God, I was trying to follow along, and these lyrics almost match up exactly, but not quite. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you didn't have time to practice it in any way. Oh, God. Get your man face on the microphone.
This is going to sound so bad without the music.
Yeah, I know.
Track.
Oh,
listen up.
Piss. Well, I can watch out for F. I already wrecked it.
Do it again.
This is a bummer. This is a real bummer. Was that
Here
me?
it comes.
Or was that you?
That was me.
Why
That's how you're
that?
going to sound.
Well, we know. I can wash 40 pairs of socks and have them on the line. You know, I can starch and iron 2 dozen shirts for you can count 1 to 9. I can slip up a great big dipper lard from a drippings can. Throw it in the skillet, do my shopping, and be back before it melts in the pan. 'Cause I'm a woman. W-O-M-A-N.
Turned into the Fairfield 4 right there. Little pause there.
Well, I can rub and scrub till this house shout. She's going too goddamn slow.
I didn't get to start over.
I'm trying to do a good job. I can rub and scrub till this house shines like a dime. Feed the baby, grease the car, powder my nose at the same time. You know, I can get all dressed up, Go out swinging with the MAN. Jump in bed at 5, sleep till 6, and start all over again. 'Cause I'm a woman. WOMAN. Yeah. Let me tell you again now. Oh, my sick, you know I'm going.
Oh, there it is. That's something there. How's that feel?
Awful. Absolutely
great.
Absolutely, positively awful.
I wait until you have to do it live at our next appearance.
Oh, great.
Yeah, Steve, you're going to have to find the karaoke.
If we could find a karaoke bed, yeah, you might have to put the lyrics in your pocket like Hot Wings did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
That's a bummer.
Exactly.
That's a bummer. All right, Joe, it's me or you next week. Who's it going to be?
You. It's going to be you.
I agree. It's going to be me. Joe needs to win one. He ate butter on the streets. It's going to be me.
You are due for a win, Joe.
I am.
I really believe it. All right.
This is terrible.
Zane, it was a good try. You did the best you could.
No, I mean, that was worse than worse.
Do you feel worse after this one than you did last year when you sang Suspicious Minds by Elvis?
This one says, I do. This one's because I didn't feel good doing it. It says here, have Zane sing another song because that sucked. And I agree. There's nothing we can do. I mean, really. I mean, I tried as hard as I could to do a noble effort, at least to seem like I was trying.
Well, now that you've heard it all the way through and you've heard the lyrics and you've read the lyrics, why don't you try doing it again?
It's too hard. I would have to really listen to
it
because I'd like to.
And used your arms.
No, I would. No, because the lyrics they almost match up, but they don't. She adds in a few words, and it kind of with her singing is what screwed me up. If I had a karaoke version, it would probably throw me off less.
What if we got a blues guitarist or something to come in and do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would then that would be much easier.
Or a karaoke version.
What if we had the karaoke version of Nutbush?
I'll if you want me to, I'll sing it. Absolutely.
I found that.
How does that song go?
I know that song because Bob Seger sang it, and I know Seger's version.
There's Tina's version.
Yeah. You hook it up, Joe, and I'll do it, man.
It's in there.
All right. You got the lyrics? I might need those. I don't think I could remember the lyrics.
Sweet Wawa in the background.
No kidding.
House.
I don't know this song.
This is... Okay, that's Tina. Oh, man.
Yeah, this
pretty good song.
Yeah, why don't you try this one?
All right, in the next segment, we'll let you try it again.
Okay.
All right.
If you want to.
The audience is pissed. The audience is really pissed because I couldn't... I mean, it's going to suck either way. But this sucked because it seemed completely ridiculously unprepared.
Someone says they found it at Rhapsody.com. Huh? If you search by Peggy Lee, that one email you just had open. It said, wherever it was. 1-800-947-3979. We'll look for it. We'll see what'll happen, and we'll let you vote.
Okay.
But people do seem to be reacting and saying you have to do better.
Yeah.
Which, it's kind of unfair. Yeah. I think that actually feels bad for you because that's kind of unfair because none of us can sing. Just because Hot Wings set the bar high last week, relatively speaking.
Well, I think we can tell that you're trying, but they must feel like you weren't trying hard enough.
Like you were being silly instead.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly couldn't get it.
Yeah. That would be hard because she does have a different pacing than what you would normally have.
Yeah.
If you were singing that song.
That was Zane singing I'm a Woman. That was part one, as you heard right there at the end of the segment. Listeners demanded that he do it again, make a better effort at it, and he...
Email the show, idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com.
It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings show, best of show, while the guys are taking some vacation time. Before the break, we played part one of the American Idol bet payoff where Zane had to sing I'm a Woman. Listeners were not pleased with the result. Did not think his performance was solid enough, so they demanded that he do it again. So here's part two.
I feel bad. We should have used something more awesome as the comeback music. That probably would have been more fun.
I can wash 40 pairs of socks and have them on the line. Oh, please make it stop. You know I can starch and iron 2 dozen shirts for you can count 1 to 9. I don't know why that's funnier, the song or how you, every time I sing, make walrus noise.
Stop doing it.
What are you,
I don't even want to do
You've
it.
You've done it every single time I sing.
Can't stop. It's too much fun. It's pretty much how I sing. It's like I'm singing along.
Oh, God.
So what's the verdict? Do you have to sing another song? Because I'm not going to lie. I don't think you should have to.
I kind of want to, because everybody thinks I half-assed it, and I.
Well, that's not.
It isn't that I half-assed it.
That's not a good feeling to have.
Well,
Howings, what do you think?
I think he should if he wants to.
You don't think he has to?
No, but I think the listeners want him to.
Yeah, I know they want to.
Joe?
I say do it. Go for it.
All right. So you're going to sing, this is a different song that Melinda sang.
Yeah, Joe wants me to. He just did that edit, so I'm going to reopen it.
What is the song is Nutbush City Limits?
Yeah.
And was she the original? Tina Turner was the originator of this song?
Tina Turner, yeah.
Or Ike and Tina.
I think it was Ike and Tina, right? Wasn't it, at the time?
Ike, by the way, was arrested again.
He was.
75 years old, this time arrested for a drug charge, but he actually wasn't guilty. The charge was rescinded like 15 years ago or something like that. And it was just a mistake. Let go. He probably thought, God, here we go again.
Yeah. You know, Ike Turner. And I remember this. I know this song from when Bob Seger did it.
Okay.
So that's how I know this song. I didn't know it from the Tina Turner era. So there is one screwy part in the karaoke version. I might get lost, and that's not because I can't read, but I'll be able to pick it up at some point.
All right. So you're going to sing along with this. Do you think this is a song more in your wheelhouse? Are you more likely to be able to perform at this one?
I know this. There are no songs in my wheelhouse. I do not have a go-to song.
Okay.
There is no. Everybody, they say, has a go-to song. Howings, do you have a go-to song that exists? That you think you can pull off?
Sally.
Yeah, Mustang Sally.
Free Beer?
Or Steppenwolf.
I don't think I do, but I can kind of do Chantilly Lace. If push comes to shove and I have to do something, I'll do that.
All right. I have none. A little slower than the version I'm used to. Sounds like the 1980s. Think I should have started yet?
Probably
right here.
There.
There's a church house, gin house. There's a schoolhouse, outhouse. On US 19. All the people keep the city clean. They call it Nutbush. Nutbush. Nutbush City. Nutbush City limits. 25 was the speed limit. Motorcycle not allowed in it. You go to store on Friday. In a church every Sunday. Nutbush. Nutbush City. Nutbush City limit. You go to Fields on weekdays and have a picnic on Labor Day. You go to town on Saturday. Oh, you'll be in church every Sunday. Yeah, call it Nutbush. Yeah, Nutbush. Yeah, Nutbush City. Nutbush City limits. No whiskey for sale.
Oh, I think you're good. What do you think? Is it getting to a big part he needs to do?
No. There is no big part. It all sucked worse than the first goddamn song.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was better, actually.
I only knew it. I just knew the words.
That was the only real
It's the absolute most horrific thing that's ever happened to me. This is worse than the Mr. 10 video. Well, maybe not that bad.
All right, let's see here. God. Let's see if we can get started.
We have no audience right now. I firmly believe.
Well, this will
have
help.
Nothing.
Hearing that without the accompaniment of music ought to be
Think I should have started yet?
Probably
right here.
Oh, Jesus.
There's a church house, gin house.
Oh, make it.
There's a schoolhouse outhouse.
Oh, you idiot.
On US 19.
I hate him.
All the people keep the city clean. They call it Nutbush.
Oh.
Nutbush.
Yeah. Sound like an animal.
Yeah.
Nutbush City. Nutbush City Limits.
This is good enough to be on a WWE soundtrack right after Junkyard Dog and before Axe and Smash from Demolition.
Not allowed in it.
How's it working out channeling
You
Seeger?
go to store on Friday.
I don't know how he does it.
In a church every Sunday.
Whoa.
Nutbush. Nutbush City. Nutbush City Limit.
Oh, you idiot.
I'd like to just isolate. Nutbush.
Yeah,
No
do
problem.
that. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. What a scumbag piece of crap.
Let's see where we're at here.
Nutbush City Limit. Mm-hmm. You go to Fields on weekdays.
No, yeah, it'd be before that.
Too hard to find.
Oh, well, we'll get it.
Well, I think the listeners are going to demand that you try the other song then. Whitney Houston, I Believe in You and Me.
I don't even know. That would just be like spoken word.
Hot Wings throws gas on the fire.
Well, it's getting fun now. See if you can find that, Joe.
Yeah.
I Believe
God,
in
I
You
hate
and
that.
Me.
Singing is such a bitch.
It is. This is Becky. Hi, Becky. Oops. Hold on, Becky.
Have a hairball, Eric.
You sound like he has a hairball?
Yes.
It's not very good.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Didn't turn you on?
No.
Are you sure?
Didn't make you hot?
No.
Okay. Thank you, Becky.
Yeah, thanks, Becky. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Tell us something we don't know.
1-800-947-3979. You can email freebeerandhotwings at hotmail.com. This is Walter. Hi, Walter.
What's up?
What do you think?
That was great.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he sounded just like James Hetfield. Mike and Tina Turner.
He might have sounded like James Hetfield right when the fire blasted him when he stood on the pyrotechnics, but other times in his career, I would say no.
I have an awesome idea.
Okay.
You guys need to have a billboard. It's a big promo thing. You get Hot Wings up there with a Kirk Hammett wig on, and some of Zane's moose knuckle jeans,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's not a well thought out idea that you just came up with. That's why you stand.
What does this have to do with me?
Maybe if you had sang your idea, it would have been stupider.
Yeah.
Really. Thanks for taking the heat off me with your awesome input.
Yeah. Even though he wasn't the one that sang today, he should wear Zane's moose knuckle jeans and put on a James Hetfield wig.
That really got lost there.
He should eat butter like Joe, and then he should
be on a billboard for no reason.
Put on a baseball hat like Freybeer.
This is Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
You want to support Zane?
Oh, my God, yeah. I have never had a better start to my morning.
Really?
I laughed so hard. I think people around me in their cars thought I was crazy.
Was it because he was so awesome?
He was awesome.
No.
I couldn't have done better, so I'm not knocking him.
That's
but
awfully...
he did,
Thank you. You're the first fan of me ever.
It's awfully generous of you.
You did a wonderful job, especially for not being able to practice or do anything. Just kind of set it out there and sing.
So for flailing around and falling down while trying, your effort was good.
I want to read the email by Dagwood because it's funny.
I think you should.
This is Dagwood. Now, Dagwood is the producer of the show and amongst many other things at the Buzz in Nashville. Guy does everything. And he is right now sitting there monitoring our show and making sure things go right.
Doing all the local updates and everything.
Yeah.
Dagwood writes, that was so bad, I almost switched our satellite feed back to Bob and Tom. Signed Dagwood at the Buzz. Oh, no. It must have been bad.
That was pretty bad.
It was pretty awful.
This is Amanda in Charleston. Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
How are you?
I am fine.
What do you think?
I thought it sounded cute.
Well, that's pretty good.
How could you possibly say that? Do you have bad judgment, Amanda? I mean, come on.
No. I could just picture him standing there, just trying to, do a little dance maybe while he was singing or something.
Oh,
Amanda. Yeah, I think you're right.
It was cute.
That's awfully nice. Thank you, Amanda. See, we're just trying to build you back up right there. You thought I was going to put calls on that threw you under the bus, and none of those did.
No. They should, and I am disappointed that they're not.
Listen to us.
On Labor Day.
Oh, God.
You go to town on Saturday.
Oh, piss.
Oh, you'll be in church every Sunday. Yeah, call it Nutbush. Yeah, Nutbush.
Yeah.
Nutbush City.
Idiot. I hate you. Yeah. I hate that guy.
Nutbush City limits.
It seems like every time I hear it, if we could take it and put it with itself, and then mix in some I'm a Woman, it would sound like closing ceremonies at Special Olympics.
Oh, without question.
Oh, my gosh.
That was amazing.
On the bright side. It's all over now.
That was the second part of Zane's American Idol Bet Payoff, where he had to sing Nutbush City Limit. Before that, he had to sing I'm a Woman, because listeners just were not happy with his performance on the first one, so he had to do the second one. In the next segment, the spotlight shines on producer Joe also having to sing. In this case, he had to sing the song Imagine.
Now, back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. As I said earlier this hour completely dedicated to our singing ability, or lack thereof. You heard Zane singing I'm a Woman, Nutbush City Limit, all from the American Idol Bet Payoff from a couple of years ago. In this case, producer Joe also fell victim to his contestant on American Idol being eliminated, and he had to sing also.
It's the third leg.
Yeah, this is it.
Of the American Idol bet that we had, I sang first.
So Hot Wings is the winner this year.
Yep.
No singing for me.
Again. 2 out of 3 years, Hot Wings. Zane sang last week.
Yeah. And so Hot Wings, you got the first pick in the thing. You picked David Cook, obviously.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, there wasn't any weirdness like Faber got the first pick and picked Archuleta.
No, they actually we picked in the actual order that they got voted off.
Hot Wings just had the first pick all 3 times.
What was the year you lost?
That's true.
Who lost the year that you picked first?
You picked
I picked Lakeisha last year, and she was the first of the 4 out, as memory serves me.
Mm-hmm. She was. Last year it went in the exact opposite order of how it picked.
Fat chicks need love too, but they gotta pay.
True. So, Joe, you get to sing, because the way it works is you get linked with one of the competitors. You had the second pick. You chose young-faced David Archuleta.
Yep. I sure am nervous. Mm-hmm. I'm not comfortable with my dad punching me for not singing good.
To get a more true simulation of David Archuleta, do you want to get your dad on the phone and
have him berate me?
Have him berate you.
That would be hilarious.
Tell you what to do throughout the day.
Oh, my gosh, is that great.
Beat you up, Joe?
Oh, that would be awesome.
He could tell you how you're not amounting to what he planned for you or something like that.
Just totally just insult you while you're singing.
Thanks for letting the family down.
No, I'd rather not.
No, that doesn't seem like fun?
No.
It's a flashback. True. Flashbacks are real life. Is Mom listening as we speak, or is she going to get this later?
I don't know.
Because she called to heckle you yesterday.
She did.
I would bet
she did.
Live.
How did that go?
Well, I called her the night before last and told her to vote. I said, "Are you voting Archuleta?" She said, "No. No one likes him."
No support even from Mom.
And I hung up on her.
You did?
No, but I wish I would have now. And then yesterday, she called me just to stick it to me.
Of course.
Just to say, Dial Idol says this, you're going to lose, Cook's going to win. Mm-hmm. I said, shut up, Mom.
That's what you do.
And then I did hang up on her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then you muttered in the office.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
She is a traitor.
I'm so very gay.
She's a traitor.
That's what she said about you with one of your last efforts.
Yeah.
I'm so very
she calls me gay. Good Mom.
It's clear that she has never really loved you.
There is no chance that my mom would ever call to taunt me or anyone. It is so not in her fabric.
No, I know mine either.
I wouldn't know what to do. I'd probably start crying if my mom did it. Because it would be so out of the blue. I'd think that, oh my God, that must be very disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
I'd like to see that.
Would you?
So yeah,
that would be something.
She was right.
Now, Joe, you're singing song Imagine. Today.
Yeah.
You during the last commercial break, we saw you were kind of like trying it out. I couldn't hear anything. I just knew you were singing the song.
I was in the booth, and I was just kind of seeing how the karaoke version went compared to the original, and
you
think
you got it?
I have my ahas and yoo-hoos in the right places.
Mm-hmm. That's important.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Do you think you have it?
Oh, no.
No, of course not.
Of course not. This wouldn't be any fun if I had it, I'm sure.
I think even if you had your timing right.
Oh, the timing. Yeah,
you've
the
got
timing.
the timing.
The timing's off, too.
Okay. So there's multiple problems already with your performance.
Yep.
So I think we're just about ready. Joe,
Yeah.
do you need anything from us? Want us to come stand closer to you or anything like that?
Do we have the original handy? Just a
splash of it?
Joe, all I'm seeing is the karaoke.
Oh.
I can get you the original in seconds here.
Yeah, we've got it in the cyst.
In the cyst, you say?
In the cyst. Well, I that's how they talk in the hood.
This is that's how hood rats talk, Joe.
Mm-hmm. Listen to this. Perfect. This is the only version of the song I like. Mm-hmm. The original.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Imagine I was a good father.
Sees if you try.
Boy, Joe, you are going to butcher this.
No, he's not.
No hell.
You're going to hit it, Joe. You're going to feel very sensitive.
Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today.
Oh, no.
Joe, what if...
and now he's dead.
What if your singing somehow does what John Lennon couldn't and you...
Shot John Lennon.
And you unite the world?
Well, then good for me.
You could change the world, Joe.
I could.
Only hippies were united by that song. It just sounded good to me.
Yeah, it's glass half full, Joe.
Song.
This is such an amazing song. I actually kind of feel bad for what I'm going to do to it. That's how
Don't
great
worry
of a
about
song
it, man.
I think it is.
I just shot him on the air, so that's cool. Whatever you do, it's all good.
Yeah,
now.
it's all downhill now.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Freebird, you got the... are we recording it in a cappella?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Producer Joe.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us.
Yeah.
Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries.
Right.
It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all living life in peace. You
Come on, get it together.
may say I'm a dreamer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, dreamer.
But I'm not the only one.
Perfect.
I hope someday you'll join us. And the world will live as one.
Oh, yeah, you nailed it.
Imagine no possessions.
Like I'm possessed.
I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
You may say I'm a dreamer.
Bring it on.
Yeah. But I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live its fun.
Awesome.
Oh. Peace, brothers.
Wow.
Holy cow.
That? Perfect.
Oh, I pulled it off.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
You didn't miss one note.
It was perfect pitch.
I didn't even laugh.
No.
Which is crazy for me.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a tear in their eye?
Yeah.
I said that I loved only one version of the song. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take that one back right now. I have two versions I love.
I think
John Lennon's is inferior to yours.
Thank you, 10.
I think actually, I think the music was actually a distraction from your angel-like voice.
I do too.
I think of all of us, yours was the best.
Yours was the best.
Yeah.
I had a little discharge when Freebeer sang, but now, I'm complete Strandfest.
Dude,
you wouldn't believe.
There's some on my arm.
Producer Joe sings Imagine as part of the American Idol bet payoff, and that was one of the worst things I have ever heard. Ever.